just let myself in. I could have waited at the Rovers, but you know what people are. So I thought you'd sooner that I let myself in. I'm sorry if I gave you a shock.
When I come home to find somebody waiting for me in the dark, it does give me a shock, yes.
Well, sitting here, just me and my thoughts, I didn't notice it go dark. I'm sorry.
Why?
Why?
Why are you waiting for me? What have you come for?
Well, Emily, you knew I'd come back.
There's no point. There is no point.
But how could I do anything else? You can't just vanish in this world, you know. They won't let you.
You didn't have to come back here.
I just wish that one could disappear off the face of the earth. But it's not as easy as that.
Well, not off the face of the earth, just out of my life. That's all, please.
It isn't possible, Emily. You know it isn't.
I know perfectly well it is. Now, please, don't try
Look,
to...
Can't we just talk? That's all.
No, that's precisely what I mean. No, we can't.
Look, Emily, I'm not trying to get back to where we were or talk you around into continuing.
No, there wouldn't be any point.
No, that's not what I want. That's what I wanted, yes. But now I can see
well,
that
then at least...
It's not within the bounds of possibility.
As long as you accept that.
I do.
Well...
It was just that I wanted time, you know, to talk before...
Before...
I didn't expect you to go to the police, you know. I just didn't expect that.
Oh. There was no choice.
No, I can see.
I had to start putting things right.
Putting things right? It's not possible in this world, Emily. It's just not possible.
No, but as far as it is possible, it had to be done. And you can't just go to the registry office and tell them to cancel things, you know. I couldn't avoid the police knowing. It wasn't revenge. I hope it wasn't.
Oh, this is terrible, isn't it? You've been here, out all afternoon, and here you are, and you've not even had a cup of tea. Shall I put the kettle on? Yes. That's what I'll do.
The police have seen you, then?
Oh, yes, they have.
I didn't really think they'd even bother to look for you.
Well, really, I mean, I wasn't trying to hide or anything. I mean, Flora knew where I was.
Well, she didn't when I talked to her.
I wrote to her.
Did they say what they might do, the police?
Well, it was a sort of an interview sort of thing. They said that they'll want me to come down to the station and sign a statement sometime.
I don't think they'll be hard on you.
Well, it's not really of any importance what they do.
Well, of course it is.
I don't regret marrying you. And I had to do it that way
oh,
because
Donald,
that
let's
was
not go over all that.
Whatever they do to me, I don't regret it. My love for you is as great as ever it was.
No, I'm not saying there's a void in my life. I'm just looking for something to fill in between now and when I finally shuffle off this mortal coil.
Well, if you're looking for the meaning of life, Mavis, I'm not sure we've got much to offer.
Oh, no, that's all right. No, I mean, I know the meaning of life. I was just thinking of something more like macrame.
Well, everything there is on the notice board out there.
I've read that.
Yes, there's not much, I'm afraid. Most of the classes are winter things.
I can't see why, though. I mean, there's every encouragement to stay at home by the fire in the winter, isn't there?
Yes, badminton?
No.
Keep you fit, very sociable crowd.
I haven't got any natural coordination, though, Ken. They told me that when I tried tennis.
Well, I suppose mountaineering's out as well, then, yeah. Bees?
Bees?
Bees.
Bees? I miss bees.
Yes, well, there's a chap who's very keen to start up a beekeeper's circle.
Around here?
Yeah, missionary work, you would have thought, for beekeepers, but there you are.
You can't keep bees round
He's got
here.
2 hives on the roof over the chemist, and he'll take you there to see them.
I certainly won't.
Right, well, that just leaves beauty, poise, and grooming. Take away and read.
Oh.
Sign up and they'll make a new woman of you.
Do they guarantee results?
Well, see what it did for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in a rush to go.
Well, if I'm not out of here in the next few minutes, a man called Morgan will arrive, and if I'm here when he does, then I'll be here for hours, so you can read out in the Rovers, and I'll buy you a drink.
It's improving my social life already. Thank you very much.
Come
course, we're only being fools to ourselves, you know that, don't you?
Oh, I do, yes, certainly.
Now, there was a time when I might have felt some loyalty to this place, but I'm telling you, that time's gone.
I think that it's time we got ourselves unionised.
Now you're talking.
Look, if one of them workers at British Leyland had been treated the way that we were...
Or the way Fred was.
Or the way Fred was, everybody would have been out. Those factories would have been totally stopped.
They'd have had that Sir Edward, what's-it thingy bob, they'd have brought him to his knees.
Mark Ledward's him.
That's who he thought he was, you know. Oh, I, Mr. Big Ideas.
I don't think Mrs. Walker knew what it was like, though.
Well, I don't care. She put him in because we weren't trusted.
I hope he's taught her, though.
I don't care whether or no. One wrong move, I'm off. It's a mystery to me what I'm doing back here.
Well, I know where I am. It's where I know everybody, isn't it?
Oh, aye. You know me even better now, don't you? After the way they've stuck up for you. Not one word from any of them.
Hey, take a look at Laurel and Hardy over there.
Why?
I think they're planning to murder somebody.
Hello, Mr. Ferkel.
Hello.
I won't bother saying hello to you, Rita.
Yes, and I'm too tight-fisted to say hello till after I bought a drink, so you'll have to wait.
Well, from what I've seen of them two, so will you.
Oh, yes.
You want to take some of that cough? It could be catching.
Oh, what are you having, Mavis?
Just a small sherry, please.
And a pint, please.
Well, I see normal services resumed then.
Normal, yeah. I don't know about the service.
You know, last time I came in here, there was a couple of real knockout barmaids. Or was it a dream I had?
Yeah, I thought things were looking up and all.
Is everything all right?
No, it is not, Mrs. Walker. I want my money making up to the half hour and then I'm going.
Oh, dear. Bet, what is it?
It was a mistake me ever coming back.
Now, Bet, I thought we agreed...
He
that
said to me at the Rifleman I could have my job back there any time. Now, I want my money if you don't mind.
Now, look, Bet, love, is it worth it?
That's exactly the question I've just answered myself.
Bet, what has upset you?
There's nothing upset me because I don't have to put up with it. But when it comes to good manners, Mrs. Walker, the some of your clientele leave a lot to be desired.
Now, can somebody enlighten me?
Mrs. Walker, I have every sympathy.
Oh, come on, Bet. We're only having a bit of a laugh.
I have noticed.
I'm sorry, Bet.
What exactly has happened?
Well, a bit of ribbing, you might say, Mrs. Walker.
Yes, but you just happened to choose the wrong time, that's all. Knowing Bet as I do, and knowing that her sense of humour is, well, robust, I feel quite sure that someone must have overstepped the mark. And to be honest, I expect better from a man of your education.
Well, that lets me out. I haven't had an education.
I understand that, Len, but I wish you would not make it so obvious, out of loyalty to my staff. Oh. Now, dear, if you still want that money in half an hour, come and see me. Oh, and by the way, a button, this way or that way, might make all the difference. A pint and what else was it?
Just a little sherry.
A little sherry.
Do you believe in predestination?
No, I don't think I do.
Oh, yes, everything is predestined, everything.
Arnold, it's just a way of pretending you're not responsible for things.
No, you see, that's just an illusion. We've no control over what happens, any of us. Now, maybe you can't see that because you can't see the whole pattern as I can see it. But now that I can see that pattern, I can accept it. All of it was always going to happen. Now, do you see that?
No.
Now, some people call that fate, don't they? To do with the stars and all that. But I don't believe in any of that. But everything, every single thing, everything in your whole life, even things that you don't know anything about, they all mesh. And they all become inevitable.
I don't want to hear all this, Arnold.
But I want you to understand what I've been thinking. Because I've been thinking very deeply about everything.
Yes, I can see that, Arnold, but it doesn't alter anything.
Well, how could it? That's what I've been saying. Look, why don't you drink your tea? It's going cold. I believe that some people were never meant to be happy in this world. Some are, and some aren't. Now, you and me, if we try to grasp our happiness, something will come and and destroy it. Now, you think about that, and you'll see what I mean. We were never meant to be happy, not in this world.
I know you want to talk about all these things, Arnold, but I don't. I would prefer it if you would just leave me alone.
But that's what I mean, Emily. I have left you alone, and I've been alone too, and that's what's wrong. I don't think I can go on with it. I can't.
You can. You have to. That's all there is to it.
Oh, no, there isn't. You can end things.
You don't mean that, Arnold. I hope you don't. I know it's probably a very black time for you as well as for me, but if you're right, and if God means you to be alone, he'll give you the strength to be alone. Now, please, don't say anything like that again.
If only you knew how deep my thoughts have been about this, Emily.
Hello there.
Hello, how are you? I'm sorry, I know you from somewhere, but where is it?
You were in only this morning.
Oh, got it, yes. It's funny, isn't it? You know, you see somebody in a different place, it takes you a minute sometimes.
Yeah. What are you doing round here?
Oh, this and that.
Hey, you're not putting fruit machines in here, are you?
Well, we could do with one, couldn't it?
No.
How about an invasion from outer space, then?
Those space machines are an invasion. They're from Japan. They're coming here over my dead body.
What's that you're perusing, Mavis?
Oh, it's just a leaflet that Ken's given me.
Be healthier, more confident, more attractive. We offer a course of beauty therapy that's not just skin deep. Ken give you this, you say?
Yeah.
Spit in his eye.
Oh, no, you see, I was asking him about courses.
Well, ask me, Chuck. A bit of mascara'd make a new woman of you.
Ah, but you're an expert at this beauty poison grooming.
I hope I didn't detect a hint of sarcasm in what you just said.
Would I dare?
Well, I hope not, because you've been told. Yoga, you're never going in for yoga.
Well, it's just part of it, like it's one of the things they do.
Isn't that where they sit down and tie knots in the legs?
Well, I think it's more to achieve inner peace and tranquility.
Oh, I tried it once out of a magazine. All I got were terrible cramp.
You have to learn properly.
They're doing this over the road, are they?
Well, they're starting it up one night a week.
Oh, well, it lets me out then.
Oh, come on, you've got a night off. You ought to take an interest in something.
Oh, I do, Mavis, but it's got nought to do with knotting my legs together. Now, here's somebody who'll go with you. This'll just do you, Elsie.
A gin and a tonic will do me, love.
It'll be of interest to you.
Oh, I see. You think I need help, do you?
Don't we all?
I don't see the sense in doing this last thing at night. What I need is an emergency squad that will come out first thing in the morning.
Nice.
Tough.
Have that one on me, love.
Well.
Coincidence, eh?
What are you doing here?
Oh, this and that.
And a bit of the other.
Sorry?
62, love.
Shall we sit down?
Yeah. I should keep that aside for a rainy day, love.
There's money put aside for everything. So there isn't any concern there. And there isn't anybody else to take into consideration. There's Flora, but of course she'll have the shop.
Arnold, if you don't go, I'm going to call the police.
It's got nothing to do with the police. The police don't know anything about you and me. You went to the police. They can't put things right.
Nobody can, Arnold. That's why I want you to go away.
Oh, Emily. Understand. Nobody's going away. There'll be no more going away.
I can understand if you're unhappy, Arnold, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to be blackmailed just because you talk about doing away with yourself.
But don't you see? Everything that's happened has to happen. We don't have choice.
Well, I'm sorry, but I do. And I'm going.
No!
Oh, yes.
No!
Let me go.
Emily!
I want to go.
No. There'll be no more leaving each other. And I want you to come with me. Come with me. When I go, come with me.
Ronald, have you talked to anybody else about the things going through your mind, these things?
No, no. Only the people who've been marked out can know. And even the people who've been marked out, they don't know, like we didn't, until they're tested, until the time comes.
Well, it would be better, wouldn't it, if you did explain what you know to
No,
somebody else
it doesn't
before...
matter. They don't understand.
Or maybe they can. Maybe you can make people know what's in your mind. A doctor, a priest would understand.
Don't need a priest to understand, I keep telling you. I know what is in God's mind for us. I know.
Well, maybe a priest could help you know even better.
No.
Well, I won't speak to anybody about what you've told me. I promise if you just give yourself time to see a priest.
A priest is a man who prepares people for their death, Emily. And I am prepared. I don't need any priest.
Well, I'm not prepared.
Oh, yes, you are. You're a good person, Emily.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not.
Emily, I want to help you.
I think Emily's got a visitor.
It's Mumby sounded it.
These walls are better than ours, you know. You can definitely hear more through our walls, even though than you.
Oh, I've never noticed, love.
I have. Brian says it's because they're made of breeze block. These are real brick. Hey, has that thing started on telly?
Oh, why? Switch it on, though.
Pray with me, Emily. That's what we must do now. We must pray.
It's on after this, isn't it? Well, I'm glad you let the mood pass.
Oh, water off a duck's, I suppose.
If you'll take a word of advice from me, dear, you want to hold yourself aloof rather more than you do, and you'll find this particularly as you grow older.
Thank you for those kind words, Mrs. Walker.
Well, it's a difficult line to draw, you see. Warmth, yes, but always with a certain amount of reserve. Now, Bet, think of the Queen Mother. And there you have the model.
I see.
And, of course, I've never been troubled with that kind of thing myself, you know, dear. Warmth, but always with reserve.
Hey, my program's started. Hey, come in.
No, I'll finish this first.
Right, don't be long, will you?
No.
You're on.
It's just that there's something about you that doesn't belong in a back street, that's all.
Be careful. I could go off you, you know.
No, I mean it.
The last fellow that said that to me was a Yank. He wanted to take me home to Hollywood. From the Saturday to the Monday, I believed him.
His name wasn't Darryl Zanuck, was it?
Aye, something funny like that.
Well, are we staying here or what? Fancy going downtown?
You know, the minute we walk out of here, they're going to be talking about us.
Well, don't let's spoil their fun. Come on.
Well, it's an idea, though, isn't it? I mean, all you need is the tools.
Yeah, I do. The price of tools and our garage does.
Well, you always need something special, don't you?
We're all needed.
It's kidology. Look, how long have I been a fitter? They're always saying you've got to have some special equipment or some fancy drift. Hey, half the time you can do the job with a bent nail.
Sometimes you can.
Look, think about it. It's a business, isn't it? Do it yourself, service your car at home. It can't be bad, a van and a few tools.
Right.
I'll go in with you.
OK, then you supply the van.
A few £100. Come on, you can do it.
A few £100 we haven't got. The Building Society's got it. 2 pints, please, Betty.
Hey, how will it be if we give up supping for a couple of years?
You're thinking of that as well. If it goes up again in this budget.
Yeah, I know, but don't look at me. It's your mum. I mean, she throws me out of the house supping. You know, she makes me go. She says I'm not worth living with.
She's all right, old mum, isn't she?
Oh, aye. So, in other words, you don't want to go into partnership with your old dad?
It's not one, is it?
No. We're not cut out to be capitalists, are we? I think it's because we've no capital.
No, I don't.
Hey, watch it.
I'm looking for Mr. Farlow. They said he might be in here.
Mr.
Farlow from the centre.
Oh, Mr. Barlow. That's him there, that gentleman there, lovely.
Hey, looking for me?
Oh, I've been calling you Mr. Farlow on the phone, haven't I?
Ah, you must be Ms. Price.
I am sorry, honestly. I must have misread it. I even wrote to you. Oh.
That's all right.
No, it's terrible when people get your name wrong. You hate it, don't you?
All right, well, what do you want to see me about?
Mr. Barlow. Barlow, right.
I think there must be something in your course to cover this. Comes under the heading of poise, I dare say.
How to apologise for getting someone's name wrong.
I think once is the key word.
I'm sorry.
Right, well, now we're over the identity crisis. Is there something I can do for you?
Lots, I hope.
That'll be the
No,
beauty woman.
Before or after?
Well, I think I'll go and see if Emily's back. She had to call before, but she weren't in.
Emily, love, yeah, she's there.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she's definitely in, but I think she's got company. Male company.
Well, perhaps I better not just drop in.
We must say a prayer. I want you to pray with me.
I can't pray.
Yes, and everything will be right.
No, Harold, it won't. It won't.
Yes, and he will forgive us. He knows everything in the heart, and he will forgive.
He will not forgive you, Arnold.
Yes, he forgives anything that's done out of love, Emily.
No.
Yes, God has allowed me to see. He has given me that gift, like he gave me you and gave us both our trials, and he forgives.
No, that's not what I believe, Arnold. Now, please, please, please don't.
I'll do everything. I'll do it. As long as you'll come with me.
No.
And then we'll always have our love then. You see, this is what God wants.
You don't know what God wants, Arnold. You don't.
I can show you, Emily. I can show you in the Bible where it says.
No, there isn't anywhere, Arnold, that says to take life.
Yes, out of love, Emily. I can show you the words in your Bible. Now, where is it? Where is your Bible?
In the bedroom.
I'll get it. And I'll show you.
He's in there. He's upstairs. It's Arnold.
Who?
He's come back. He's not safe.
Arnold,
oh,
what the hell's he doing here?
Then he isn't safe.
All right, just a minute. Now, what do you mean?
Well, then it's hard to tell you. I can't.
All right, now just stay there. Stay there a minute. Get your breath back. I'll go and sort him out.
Oh, no, Len, please, be careful, be careful. He's mad.
You're all right now, love. He's not there. He's done a bunk. Look, come back to our place, will you? You're all right. He's gone.
We're back down Coronation Street tomorrow at 9. Next, stand by as Hale and Pace do their stuff.
Oh, just look at them bags. All exactly the same as the one my washing's in. There must be hundreds.
Thousands, Hilda. There's thousands dumped here every day.
It's hopeless. Let's go home.
You're stopping here. Nobody's going home till we find that washing.
I'm hungry. I've had no breakfast.
You'll get fed when we find that washing and not before.
You know what day it is, don't you? April Fool's Day.
Ah, and we're the full for coming here, too. It's hopeless.
No, it's not. It's you what's hopeless. Hopeless and helpless.
Nils Esperandum, Stan. It's got to be here somewhere.
Yeah, right, so get looking. And you might as well make your mind up to it, Stanley. We're here until we find it.
Oh, there's fresh teapot, love. I'll have to get back to work.
Just a minute. I want a word.
I'll be late, love.
You've got a minute. Now, what's all this about you and Rita Fairclough having a set-to over me doing this paper round?
Didn't have a set-to. Had a discussion.
Oh, yeah? Well, I know your discussions, madam.
Oh, so she went moaning to your pal then, did she? Well, I told her straight, Bert. I'd just give him a piece of my mind he should never have asked you.
Now, look, I'm sick of you going round interfering behind my back, all right?
How do you think I flaming feel when I get to hear about it?
Well, I don't know what you're grumbling about. I'm only trying to help you.
Treating me like some kid. You're like some old woman going round a school playground trying to find out who's bumped their Johnny.
You talk about me treating you like a kid, well, you're already acting like one, aren't you? Traipsing round streets with a bag of newspapers.
Oh, come on. It's only like a postman or something, isn't it?
Is it, Eckers, like? It's a kid's job as a paper round, and you know it. Oh, Bert, give it up.
I have done.
Never mind Len Fairclough.
I have
Never
done.
mind him. He only puts work your way, doesn't he, when he's stuck?
I am not doing it anymore. I told him this morning. Last time I'm going to do it.
Oh. Well, pleased to hear it.
Yeah, and we know why you're pleased, don't we? I mean, you're just frightened folks would turn their nose up, aren't you?
Yes. Yes, I am, if you must know. But anyway, it don't matter now you've seen sense of what I'm telling you, does it?
Look, that is not the reason I chucked it in. The reason I chucked it in is because I happen to think those kids have got a case. All right. And before you open your mouth, I'll tell you something else. I will get a job sweeping the streets if they offer me one. So stuff that in your handbag, all right?
You're awkward, you are. You're just plain blooming awkward.
I've just done that once, Stan.
Now he tells me.
Oh, do you know he's as thick as a packet of shortbread?
Don't start on me. I'm sick, I tell you. Sick.
You're sick? You're sick? How do you think I feel? Oh, I've seen things this morning. Yeah, and smelt things. What'll haunt me for the rest of my life.
Well, let's go home.
Look, can't you get it into your thick head? Half us clothes and half us bedding's in that bin bag.
You've no business putting washing in the bin bag.
He's got a point there, you know, Hilda.
Well, you can shut up for a start. It was you what took that bag and dumped it in the bin cart. And you're just as bad as what he is. How on earth a grown man can carry a bag of rubbish all the way to the laundrette beats me.
Look, it's as much your fault. You don't put laundry in a bin bag, do you?
You bring them home, so don't go telling me what to do with them. You pinch them from work. Whew, what a thing to pinch, bin bags.
Oh, fair dues, Hilda. What else can a bin man nick?
Now listen, all this argy-bargy isn't helping to find that washing.
Let's face it, it's lost.
No, it's not. Well, we know it's here somewhere, don't we? So if we know where it is, it can't be lost, can it? Now, come on, get searching.
Large scotch, please, Mrs. Walker, and what you having, huh?
Oh, Tom, I'll just have a swift half.
Are you settled comfortably in your new flat?
Well, I'm comfortable, Mrs. Walker, but I hardly say settled. I'm not the sort of bloke that settles anywhere.
Indeed. You know, in my experience, a man is like a good, well-kept beer. Until he settles, he cannot acquire a good head.
Oh. How's that shop assistant of yours? In a better mood than yesterday, I hope. Talk about snappy.
Well, not without cause, I gather.
Oh, thanks very much. Oh, she'll come round. She likes a few laughs, does Deirdre. I can always talk myself out of lumber with a bird like that.
Yeah, well, I won't be too sure about Deirdre. She's a very strong-willed girl, you know. I mean, take Ray, her husband. She was mad about him, you know. He only played away the once, and that was it. Pride, you see. She's got a lot of pride.
These aren't yours, are they, Hilda?
I don't wear out like that, you great pie can.
Oh, I don't know, do I? I mean, I'm not familiar with the intimate details of your lingerie.
You had one, though. Same colour, salmon pink.
Oh, go on, tell everybody.
You know, it's amazing what people chuck away. There's years of wear left in this, as far as I can see. Not that I know that much about women's corsets, that is.
I should think not and all, you a single fella.
As you do know they're made out of whale bones. Do you know, I reckon they make them out of whale bones because if it'll hold all that blubber, it'll hold a woman's fat.
More searching, less talking.
Yeah, right. And look here, you come to this tip every day, so you should be able to find somewhat.
I do know the tip, Hilda. I also know how many bin bags are dumped here every day. I'm telling you, what we're looking for is one fish in a flock of pilchards.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose we could search all day and still not find it. When we come back tomorrow, there'll be hundreds more bags dumped.
That's right, Hilda. Listen, we're just going to have to face it. I mean, your laundry is here somewhere, but it's just buried forever.
Yeah. Oh, it's hopeless.
What do you mean, hopeless? What about this, then?
What, have you found it?
Oh, terrific, Stan.
Got you!
What?
April Fool's Day. Isn't that funny, eh?
kill you,
Hey,
Stanley.
hang on. It was only a joke. Where's your sense of humour?
I'll kill him. I'll kill him.
Will Mr. Fairclough be long, do you think?
Hard to say. He's alone to himself, Mr. Fairclough.
I've got to be back at school by 1:15.
Well, hang on as long as you can. I mean, he must want to see you, otherwise he wouldn't have asked you to come round.
You don't know exactly what it's about, do you?
Well, he swore when he mentioned your name, so it's a fair bet it's something to do with paper lads' wages. Hey, up, we'll find out now.
Did Jack Leonard ring up about a bathroom?
No. Well, he wouldn't ring here, he'd phone the yard.
If he'd phoned the yard, I wouldn't be asking you, would I?
I ain't you're naughty today. You must have got up out of bed too early. You've got a visitor. Well, one of you says something if it's only goodbye.
Well, haven't you got something to tell me about this paper round?
Oh, I thought you had something to tell me.
I've given you plenty of time to see sense.
Oh, in that case, I'll be going back to school.
Just a minute now, you might as well talk about it.
Does that mean you're ready to capitulate?
My, they do teach you some long words at that school of yours. Have you got round to the word negotiate
Well, that's
yet?
what I've been trying to do all along, Mr. Fairclough.
Right, well, this is the deal. That £1 a week that you're asking is far too much. It's over 30%.
It's only parity with the other newsagents.
Nobody in this country pays over 30%. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you a 10% rise. That's another 30p a week.
Oh, you must be kidding. The other kids just won't do it for that.
Well, how about 50p? I mean, it's a nice round figure.
Well, I could put 50p to him. I can't say more than that.
All right, go on, do that then. But you've only got till tonight to make your mind up. So get a move on, eh? After that, the offer's closed. He's a right little shop steward, that lad, isn't he? Talk about pig-headed.
They do say it takes one to know one.
There you are, love, 30 pence. Thank you very much.
Hi.
Hi. Can I do for you?
I come to buy anything. I come to see you about last night. When I called to take you out, you'd as good as told me to buzz off, right?
A bit more ladylike than that, I think.
Well, I know why. Because you're a bit mad about me taking that Sonia to the club, right?
Look, Mike, I don't see the point in raking over all this.
Well, the point is, in the first place, I offended you, right? And then second place, you got your own back, so now we're quits. So, why don't you say that we're even? What are you doing tonight?
Look, it's not as simple as that, Mike. It's not all cut and dried and 2 and 2 make 4.
I know what you're going to say. You were hurt because I took you for granted, right? Well, I'm sorry. I apologise. I shouldn't have done it. I apologise.
Well, that's something I never thought I'd live to hear. You actually apologising.
Well, maybe I'm not as bad as you think, eh? So, what you doing tonight, eh? Your place or mine? I tell you what, we go to mine after we've wined and dined a bit, eh?
You doing it again?
What?
Thinking you can just say the magic word and everything will be back where it was. In other words, taking me for granted.
Look, I thought we'd gone through all this. I said I was sorry, didn't I?
Assuming that that makes everything all right. Well, I'm sorry, Mike, but that's not the way I like things to be.
Now, look, darling, I've apologised. What do you want me to do? Go and jump through blazing hoops? Get down on my hands and knees and crawl and see how long you can drag it out? Well, I'm sorry. I don't do that for anybody.
No, Mike, I'm not trying to make you crawl. I just think... Well, I just think we've come to the end of something. No hard feelings.
What are you trying to tell me?
I'm trying to tell you that I've enjoyed it. It's been fun. Our relationship, whatever it was, whatever you want to call it, was very nice while it lasted, but, well, it's not going anywhere, is it? It doesn't mean that much to either of us, and it's not what I want, so I just think we'd better call it a day.
Well, it's your privilege, darling. Like you said, it was nice while it lasted, but I'll tell you one thing. I don't think you're going to have half as much fun in life with the Kim Barlows of this world. See you around.
Are you going to eat your dinner?
Oh, I can't. I'm too upset.
I'll give you a hand with it.
Oh, you're a pig. You're heartless, you. I don't see how you can sit there shoveling it down.
Got to eat, Hilda.
No, this lot's going in the dustbin.
You're not going to waste that.
Don't you talk to me about waste. Half our clothes are on that tip somewhere, and us bedding, and all you can think about's your belly.
Well, you got to live, haven't you?
I don't see why in your case. When I think how you made me believe you'd found it, oh, I'll never forgive you for that, Stanley.
Oh, what is only a joke? April Fool's Day, you know. That's the trouble with women. They've no sense of humour. Oh, I don't know, mate. Enough of them laugh at me. Ah. What are you doing?
I'm writing to the Queen telling her what's happened. Happen she'll send us a few cast-offs.
You never, are you?
Oh, you great barn pot. I'm making a list, aren't I? of everything that's gone. Everything I'll have to replace. My best blouse were in that bag. My nylon nightie. 3 pillowcases. 2 double sheets. 2 of your shirts.
3 of mine. I changed mine more than he does. Hey, and me Mickey Mouse blanket.
And my pyjamas.
My best dress. My favourite, that were in there and all. Half my underwear. It'll cost a fortune, prices they are these days. Don't know how I'm going to manage.
Don't cry, Hilda.
Can't help it.
Look on the bright side.
What bright side is there?
Well, for one, you'll have no washing and ironing to do this week.
Oh, you.
Ilse, listen, I've had a brilliant idea.
I don't want to hear it.
No, let me tell you. You know when Bet Lynch got burgled? And we had a whip round for her? Well, if we can have a whip round for her, why can't they have a whip round for us and all, eh? It's worth a try, isn't it?
It's a damn good offer, his 50p, so no messing about. Take it or leave it.
Regretfully, Mr. Fairclough, we have to leave your offer. The meeting was quite unanimous, but I've been instructed to tell you that we'll settle for 80p.
No way, no. I couldn't afford it.
The other newsagents are already paying it. I can't believe they're all that much more prosperous than you.
Don't you start being cheeky with me, son.
Hey. Keep the argument calm, please. Look, you're offering 50. The lads are sticking out for 80. Why not meet halfway? Say 65p. How about that?
Would you settle for that?
Are you offering it?
Yes, on condition you deliver these papers tonight.
Agreed. As long as you agree to pay it from today.
OK, yeah. All right, then. Go and tell your grasping little mates they've got themselves a deal. And get them back in here sharpish, because I want these papers delivering tonight.
Aye, he'll go far, that lad. Probably end up running the country.
Well, he's made a good start. He's already running this business.
I see. Well, I don't want my customers badgering, that must be understood. But you do have my permission to make one appeal.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Walker. I knew you had a warm heart, really. Ladies and gentlemen, can I best of order, please? Yes, please. I've got something to tell you.
What is this, Eddie? An announcement?
Yeah, a very, very important announcement.
You're emigrating.
Look, this is serious, this is fair dues. I think you all know about Hilda Ogden's misfortune by now.
Oh, yeah. He comes in here. His name's Oggy.
Oh, shut up. Give him a chance.
Thank you, Betty. Well, it's just that, as you know, through unlucky circumstances, Hilda has lost a bag of washing. And what with all attempts to recover it having failed, that washing is now gone forever.
Well, what about it?
Well, I'm coming to that, aren't I? You see, there's Hilda and Stan, and me come to that, who have now suddenly found half their clothes suddenly kaput. Not to mention bedding. Well, what I mean is, it's the same as when Bet Lynch got robbed, innit? And we had a whip round. Well, I mean, that's what neighbours are for, innit? To help each other when disaster strikes. And what do we do when disaster strikes? We put our hands in our pockets.
You mean you want to put your hand in our pocket?
Oh, no, hang on.
Just a minute, Eddie. Are you contributing to this?
Hey. Well, I mean, no, I'm one of the injured victims, aren't I?
You mean you're not having a whip round, you're begging?
Fred, please do not inflame the situation.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not the same as when Bet was robbed. I mean, she was robbed. As far as I can see, with you and Oggy, you just threw the stuff away.
Oh, you're right there, Alf. I mean, Bet couldn't help it. You were just silly.
Flat putting your money down a flaming grid, if you ask me.
Come on, I'll put something in the kitty, Eddie. Yeah, me and all. Here, must be daft.
Hey, Eddie. Do what you can with that, lad.
So, what do you think you're playing at?
Well, you can't help but feel sorry for them, can you?
I flaming can. They deserve everything they get.
Is that it, then? Blimey, somebody's been watering down the milk of human kindness in here, haven't they?
Why don't you go to Oxfam, Yates? That's where you and Oggy get your clobber from, innit?
You know, you could get thumped, you could.
Mr. Yates, that'll be quite enough of that.
Sorry, Mrs. Walker, it's just that my faith in human nature has taken a knock. I'm not saying it's shattered, but it's certainly shaken.
Not nice. Right, there you are, love. Thanks, love. Oh, he's been miserable all day, so I'm going to make him a real little lad's tea to cheer him up. Ham and eggs should do it. How much do I owe you?
144, please.
Oh, I think I can give you that. Yes, here we are.
Hello.
Hello there. Hey, how did you enjoy the party the other night?
Oh, yes, I did. More than I expected to.
Yeah? Well, Mike Baldwin's quite a one for the unexpected, isn't he? Well, you should know that better than me. Shut your mouth, Rita. See ya.
Draw, Rita. Right, what can I get you?
No, I'm not shopping. I've come to ask if you've got any plans for this evening.
Oh, giving a Tracy a supper, putting her to bed, that's about it.
Well, how about a drink when you've done all that?
Yeah, oh, I'll have to get a sitter, though.
It's fixed. Elsie's willing to come round. Oh, by the way, don't think I'm assuming you'll accept. I told Elsie, A, I didn't know if you're free tonight, and B, if you were, whether or not you want to come out with me. But just in case, I asked her if she was available, so she's standing by.
Well, seeing as you've gone to all that trouble.
It was no trouble, I assure you.
How can I say no?
Hey, Dad.
Hello, son. You on your own? Gail not with you?
Ah,
No, she's at home with the baby. I just been playing snooker with a few mates. I wasn't far away, so I thought I'd pop in. Where's Mum?
Oh, you might know. Gone to bingo with Ida. She'll not be many minutes. You fancy a cup of tea?
No, thanks. Have you got any beer in?
You're joking.
Well, let's go. Don't robe us for one, then, eh?
No, I've already been in there once tonight. Hey, that reminds me. You've been going in there more than you used to and all.
Yeah, going now and again for me dinner. It's easier. Anyway, you get a few laughs.
Oh, aye. And it costs more than going home and all, doesn't it?
Ah, sure it does. Look, Dad, you got to have a bit of fun sometime, haven't you?
Fun? You're not short of fun, are you? Not at your age.
Come on, you know what I mean.
No, Brian, I don't. You know, to be honest, you've been, well, miserable lately, so what's up? Is it summer at work or what?
No, it's all okay at work.
What the heck is it, then?
It's not really. Oh, it's just married life, I suppose. Look, you know how it is, Dad. Flaming nappies all over the place. You just get up to sleep and the baby starts yarking. Gail's dead beat all the time. Oh, God, every time the postman comes with a flipping bill or something.
Oh, come on, Brian. We all get this, you know.
Yeah, I dare say we do. It still doesn't stop you from feeling fed up about it, does it?
I know, but things are bound to be a bit hectic when there's a new baby on the scene, aren't they? I mean, I survived when you were young Nick's age, and times were a lot harder then, you know.
Yeah, Dad. Look, I know all about that.
Now, come on. You're married for better or for worse, you know. And there's no worse attached to it as far as I can see, not with Gail. I mean, she's a smashing girl. So you've got a nice girl, a good home. So come on, just buck yourself up a bit, all right?
Okay, Dad, look, I didn't come here for a lecture.
Night, love. See you tomorrow.
Don't let your mother hear us moaning, for heaven's sake, all right?
Oh, hello, Brian. How long have you been here?
About 5 minutes. We're passing this office, thought I'd pop in.
Oh, well, I'm glad you've popped in because I wanted to talk to you. Bert, put kettle on, love.
Yeah.
Can't stop, Mum.
Brian, you've got a few minutes. Like I said, love, I want to have a word with you.
No, I've got to go honest.
Come on, sit down while I just...
For heaven's sake, will you give it a rest, Mum? God, flaming women. Nag, nag, nag. What the heck has fellas ever got married? I'll never know.
No, I'll be all right here, Freddie. I won't fall off my stool or anything.
I'll come and look after you as often as I can. Don't want many in now. What are you having to drink?
I think I'll have a lager and lime, please.
Fancy a short?
No, I fancy a lager.
Well, I mean, you can have a short if you want one.
Do fuss sometimes, Freddie.
Well, you're worth fussing over, aren't you? Anyway, Flower, there's only about an hour to go. Then we'll go down to the club and have a few laughs there.
Pint of bitter and a light bottle.
Right. Mrs. Ogden, I was so sorry to hear about your fruitless search.
You're about the only one what is then, Mrs. Walker. Because Eddie Yates started a whip round going, and I know for a fact he come in here and he went round and told everybody what had happened. But for all they give him, well, there's not even enough to buy Stan a string vest.
I'll let it rest.
Look, when you've had a knockback and lost half your clothes like what we have, and then you find your so-called friends and neighbours don't care tuppence, well, that's when it hurts.
We'll manage.
It's me what has to manage. Goodness knows I've had enough practice.
Look, Stan, why don't you claim on your insurance? The household contents should cover it.
I'm not insured, am I?
No. And how many times have I said we should be?
I didn't think it was worth it round here.
Just shut up, eh?
Ah, there was no blazing row or anything like that. I got past the stage of being annoyed with it. I mean, there's no point, is there? Being annoyed with somebody like Mike Baldwin. I've either got to take him as he is or leave him. And when I thought about it, I decided I'd sooner leave him.
Well, I won't pretend I'm not pleased.
Good. I'm against pretending.
Quite frankly, I'm very pleased indeed. I never did enjoy having a rival.
Have I got a rival? What about Sonia?
Now, Sonia's a very nice girl, but she and I were never anything serious. Just company for each other, that's all. Look, I feel like celebrating. Why don't we go somewhere really special tomorrow night?
I'd love to.
Good. You know, I suppose with a woman as beautiful as you are, I'm always going to have rivals. So I'll just have to fight them off, won't I?
You'll have to cut down on the drink, you know.
I knew you'd say that. I've been waiting for it.
Well, look, if we've got to start saving up for clothes and bedding and all that, you can't go boozing all this money away.
Anything to stop my pleasures, isn't it?
Oh, Stanley.
Mrs. Dear, if you'd care to take this carrier.
What is it?
It's 2 double sheets and a blanket. Now, I've more than I require these days. They're old, dear, but in quite good condition. And if they're any use to you, well, you're more than welcome.
Oh, that's ever so nice of you, Mrs. Walker.
And you'd do the same for me.
Thank you.
Be right with you, Eunice.
There's no rush. I won't melt.
When's the wedding?
Wedding, pardon? I don't know, she hasn't asked me yet.
No, you can't kid me. And I know it's not leap year. You're leading up to something, aren't you?
Well, Betty, it's like they say in the song, you know, que sera, whatever will be, will be. You can't change your fate now, can you, love?
No, but you can give fate a bit of a nudge. You're thinking about a wedding, aren't you? And your own little pub. I'm right, aren't I?
Well, I could do worse, couldn't I? A lot worse.
Now, don't miss Jeremy Beadle and his setups at 1 o'clock here on Plus. Next, though, Mr. Wilkes becomes the Woolpack's techno whiz kid.
I mean, you know me. I'd wriggle me hips at a yard brush if it were wearing pants. For even I drew the line at this bloke. Not our Elsie, though.
Then he must have been rough.
Thank you, Rita.
You're welcome, Bet.
Well, what was wrong with him?
Here, I thought I'd told you, Riley, about interrupting in these grown-up conversations.
Oh, take no notice. Go on.
Well, he didn't look all that rough. I mean, he got a suit on and a collar and a tie. But even if this mate of mine behind the bar hadn't to warn me, I could smell he put women about on a par with egg and chips. He'd have been shouting, "Get up them stairs," in a bungalow.
Oh, and Elsie really fell for him, did she?
See that? Now, palms of her hands will be sweating, and her little piggy eyes will be getting more bloodshot by the second. She gets like that if she has to handle it in a pipe tobacco.
Did she, Bet?
Well, she were letting him rub holes in her stockings with his bony little knees under the table when I left.
Is there a fact?
Oh, no, who's getting hot under the collar?
I'm merely taking a polite interest in the life and times of a friend, that's all.
What's your story?
Hey, ain't she getting cocky? Watch it, you. So, you reckon Elsie might have thrown caution to the wind and ended up singing for a supper?
I've no idea, Cop. All I know is I had my supper on my own again.
Again.
See you.
Carlo.
Do you like the rough and ready type of man, Rita?
It'd be bad luck if I didn't.
Why?
I wed to one.
Lucky you.
Well, I think she's gone crackers as she's in her second childhood. That's what I think.
Do you?
I mean to say, a woman at her time of life, collecting fellas like there was co-op stamps. Talk about playing new tunes on an old fiddle. She's giving a flipping concert.
Hilda,
Yeah.
did you actually see a chap in Elsie's last night?
Well, no, I never actually saw him. But it wouldn't have been her clumping up and down the stairs in size 12 boots till 2 o'clock in the morning, would it?
I still say you've got a very vivid imagination, lovey.
Oh, nowhere near vivid enough to imagine what was going on in that house last night, I'll tell you.
Credit to me is that car. Talk about showroom condition.
Oh, yeah, keep him well in with her, you. Washing and polishing the car.
I don't need to keep well in, do I? I'm practically one of the family, as Eunice will be soon.
Well, I'm thinking of asking for a rise. Extra folk in the house, extra muck.
Mrs. Walker'd never wear that. Never in the month of Sundays, lovey.
Oh, I don't know, Betty. I think I've misjudged Mrs. Walker. I think she's a very warm-hearted and a very generous person, I really do.
Oh, Fred, you'd suck up to an old goat if it suited you.
Speak as you find, Betty, speak as you find. That's my motto.
Oi, you wanted.
There you go, you see. She can't go long without having to refer to me, can she?
No.
Hey, can you see them three getting on together, living under the same roof? Her and Fred and Eunice.
Oh, well, Fred seems to think they'd be like peas in a pod.
Yes, Mr. Walker.
Fred.
Can I just say something first? Rupert, out there like a dog with a new nose he is. I haven't polished him yet.
Do you know, I think he's actually improved in appearance since I bought him, do you? It's as though he realises that he's got a position to live up to at last.
Definitely, Mrs. Walker. What was it you wanted?
Well, I've been thinking about you and Eunice staying here until you get a little nice house of your own.
Oh, yeah. Eunice, she was overwhelmed, Mrs. Walker, with your generosity, you know. She really was.
Really?
Me too, and all. To think of the comforts of this place with all the mod cons, you know. Till hopefully we get the Crown and Kettle. It's taken a big load off our minds, Mrs. Walker, it really has. Eunice was saying what a warm and wonderful person you really are. She said that, Mrs. Walker. It was her very words.
Oh, very nice of you to say so. And it's a relief.
Relief?
Yes, because you see, with all that, I do feel that £10 a week is quite a modest sum.
Mrs. Walker?
Well, that's what I'm thinking about, Fred. What to charge you for Eunice's accommodation. And it seemed to me that £10 a week was quite fair.
10 quid.
Unless you think it's too modest in these inflationary times.
Oh, no. I think it's fair. It's very, very fair, Mrs. Walker.
Good. That's settled then. Thank you, Fred.
Thank you, Mrs. Walker.
Come on, it's 10 o'clock. I've got work to go to. Come on, it's time you were up and out.
What's all the push about, love?
I told you, I've got work to go to. I've been off all week. If I don't go in this morning, I stand a chance of losing my job.
Never spoil a good night out by rushing off to work next morning, love. I never do.
Oh, you do work, do you?
Well, I've nothing better on.
Oh, you're dead lucky you are.
No, just good at what I do. Stick a shovel in my hand, I'll dig through solid rock for you. There aren't many of us about since muscle were mechanised.
Oh, fancy that. Well, I'm going now.
Well, off you toddle then if it's going to make you feel any better. Myself, I feel a bit lucky today, like I could win a few quid.
Well, I want you out of here as well.
Huh?
I want you out of here now.
Oh, come on, Elsie, love, have heart. I haven't had my breakfast yet. I could eat a dead donkey.
You surely don't expect me to start
Well,
cooking
yes, I was expecting, like, a little reward. But I can do it myself, don't fret. Have you got any bacon in?
My God, you weren't behind the door when they were dishing out cheap, were you?
Well, you should know, love, if anybody does.
I prefer you out of here.
And I'd prefer it if I had some breakfast, love. I'm a growing lad.
There's some bacon in the fridge in there.
Thanks. I'll only have a couple of rashers. I'm not greedy. Well, give us a kiss, ta-ra, then. When are we going to have another night out?
We're not.
Oh. Didn't you enjoy yourself or something? You give every impression that you did. You've changed your tune, haven't you, love? Forgotten last night, have you? You got a very poor memory.
I was drunk last night.
Yeah, I think I must have been as well, seeing you in broad daylight.
You pig.
Oh, stop giving me all these compliments, love. Hey, I forgot to ask, have you got any eggs?
We'll be about an hour, all right?
Yeah, that's fine. You be a good girl now, Tracy.
Oh, she's always a good girl, aren't you,
You
love?
wouldn't have said that last night if you'd heard the row she made when she had to go to bed.
Well, it's the light nights, isn't it, Tracy? Nobody likes going to bed when the sun's still shining. Come on, or the ducks will be having their siesta.
Oh, Emily,
Yes?
you've got nothing to pass on, have you?
Pass on?
No, about your friend here. You know, about her plans for the future, which she's keeping very close to her chest.
No.
Hard luck, Al.
Keep him guessing, Deirdre. Keep them all guessing.
Oh, I intend to.
Bye.
Ta-da.
Ta-da.
You know what I reckon, don't you? I reckon that you and Ken plighted your troth across Claymores or something when you were in Scotland. That's what I reckon.
Oh, Alf, you've guessed. But listen, don't tell anybody, will you? Or else his father, the Earl, will disinherit him.
Yeah, that's what he did last time, you know. He got married suddenly. Nobody knew out about it.
Not this time.
What do you think?
A masterpiece.
There's no need to be sarky. Thank you. There you are. Cheers. Why am I in the doghouse?
Huh.
There you go again.
Now what are you on about?
From the moment I got up this morning, you've either been giving me dirty looks or reducing conversation to the occasional Neanderthalic grunt.
Don't you like letting people know you've been to university?
I'll give up.
But if you ask me, I think you were up to something in Scotland.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Else why did you take a divorced woman to meet your late wife's family?
To say nothing of your own, flaunting her in front of everybody.
You know, Uncle Albert, you have the unhappy knack, when the mood takes you, of making the most innocent action appear, I don't know, clandestine.
Oh, speak English.
You can make a visit to a church seem suspicious.
Do you deny that you were up to something?
Yes, I do deny that I was up to something.
What are you doing then?
Oh, nothing very much.
All the week?
Yes.
My God, dear, you must have been bored to flipping death. How did you introduce her?
Pardon?
It's a simple question. How did you introduce her? As your girlfriend or what?
Well, I didn't actually go around saying, this is Deirdre, my girlfriend. No, but I suppose it was fairly implicit that she was.
Oh, she is your girlfriend, is she?
Well, yes, of course she is. You know, my mother used to give me the third degree like this, what, 20-odd years ago?
Yeah, you needed watching then, and you still need watching.
Yes, Mum.
Oh, don't be so sarcastic.
Don't worry about it, Freddie. We won't be paying her £10 a week for very long, will we?
No, but I mean, it is as if we're taking up another flipping room out, is it?
Would you want to? Separate rooms?
Don't be daft.
Oh, Freddie, you know, sometimes just thinking about it, I go a week at the knees.
Have you seen them two? It's like Darby and Joan's last fling.
You're only jealous.
I am. The last bloke what held my hand like that were trying to nick me ring.
So you'll pick me up about 3:30?
Of course I will.
Think about me.
That's easy.
Isn't it a lovely day? She's too happy by far for my liking. What gets me is it's all down to Fred. He still makes me feel sick. Has he got money? Well, if he has, he's not spending it on socks. He'd 5 purrs on that line t'other day. They all looked as though birds had been at them. Mrs. Walker told him to fetch 'em in.
Did you say vodka and tonic?
No.
I heard.
I'll
do, love.
How old is Eunice?
It's hard to tell.
50?
Oh, don't think she's that old.
Come here.
What?
How old is Eunice?
Well, I've no idea. Hang on.
Fred?
Yeah?
Eunice is a lot younger than you, isn't she?
Yeah, only a couple of years, though.
She'll be 44.
Younger than you.
Sure, old.
I say, you don't know where we're going this afternoon, do you? Me and Eunice.
Mother Kerr.
Give over. Going to the registrars, aren't we? You know, all the particulars, form filling and that won't be long now, eh?
Having any bridesmaids?
Me, yeah, Fred.
Give over. It's a wedding, this, not a carnival.
Watch it.
Have you got a best man, Fred?
Good question. Can't be easy finding a best man when you've no mates.
Give over, Lynch. I'll get one. Don't you worry.
It's you, isn't it, Len? You volunteered.
Do us a favour.
Oh, hello, Cock. Wonder where I got to, did you? I was just this minute coming home.
Come on, where is she?
What you doing?
Left her in bed, have you?
Who are you going on about?
Mrs. Tanner, Elsie Tanner.
Have you gone potty or something? This is a mate's house. We had a skinful last night. He let me sleep on his sofa. Now he's gone to work. There's no one here.
You're a liar.
Muriel! Come on, Cock. Let's be getting home.
Oh, your friend wears court shoes, does he? And a bright green headscarf.
Hey, must be his wife. I've not seen her.
There's only one woman who lives here, and that's Elsie Tanner, and she's not wed. And not now, but she has been before.
Yeah, well, now she's living with a bloke, my mate.
Oh, come off it, Bill. Do you know where I just come from? Lord Nelson, your second home.
Yeah, old big gob behind the bar. Well, I'll tell you something, love. Don't pay any account to how she says. She's a right witch, and she's got it in for me ever since one night when I give her the brush off after she wouldn't let me buy me own ale.
Oh, aye, and talking of paying, you paid for that bottle of gin, did you?
Oh, not me, I didn't.
Oh, didn't you? Didn't you really, Bill? Not out of that £5 you took out of my purse before you went out last night?
What £5? You have gone potty.
You steal me money, you spend it on booze and a common tart, and you stop with her all night. Well, I'll tell you something. I've had it. I've had it right up to here, mate. You're not a fella, you're an animal. Do you hear me? You're a blooming animal.
Oh, get stuffed, you dried up old bitch. You should be in, eh, pal?
No!
With you in a second.
Hey, stop it! Oh, it's you. Trying to get rid of me already, are you?
Yes, I could hide you under the beef burgers and nobody would find you for weeks.
Right.
frozen.
Well, so would yours be if you'd had it stuck in the freezer for the last 5 minutes.
You have to get danger money.
I do.
How are you?
Oh, you know, surviving.
Yeah, me too. Boring old life, isn't it?
Oh, Ken, I'm so happy. I feel as if I'm going to...
Oh, sorry. I wouldn't have disturbed you for the world, but she's got a spud pie in the oven. I think it's burning.
Oh, right. Hey, watch him. He fancies himself as a detective.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Oh, is that so?
Wanted to get something, did you?
No.
Just wanted to chat with Deirdre.
Yeah.
Well, you will have a lot to talk about, won't you? I mean, having made this momentous decision, you might say.
You know, Alf, you and Uncle Albert ought to join forces. You might just do better as a team. You could even call yourselves Starsky and Hutch.
Bye, love.
Bye. Lover.
Oh, you think yourselves that clever, don't you? Pair of you.
We're not doing anything. It's you's making a flipping Christmas cake out of nothing. Afternoon, Mrs. Ogden.
Hello. A jar of raspberry jam, please.
Oh, putting still on short victuals, are we?
No, he just won't eat his rice pudding unless it's got a big dollop of jam on it.
No, I used to do that when I was a kid.
Oh, he's only just started doing it. Started cutting the crusts off his bread and all. So, well, you got to hand it to her, haven't you?
Who?
Elsie Tanner, who else? She has a fella stopping the night, and it's still going on.
Where is?
Well, the orgy, of course. Oh, you want to hear the racket coming from in there? I don't know where she gets her energy from. I feel tired after a dirty laugh these days.
Hey, yeah? You're obviously concentrating on the wrong case, Alfred. You get a lot more mileage out of Elsie Tanner.
So what else is new?
There you are. Is your headache really bad?
Oh, I feel as if there's a little man inside it banging on a tin drum.
Why don't you go home?
I can't. Sandra's cleared off. Worn out, she said, with me being off the rest of the week.
Well, if you will go out on the razzle, there's always a price to pay.
Oh, Bet been in, has she?
I don't know. Maybe. Has Bet been in?
Well, you know very well she has.
Oh, why? She was in this morning, and she did mention that she went out with you last night, but she never complained of headache, did she, Mavis? Still...
Still what?
She didn't end up with a fella.
I can imagine what Bet told you, and with relish. But I tell you something. Whatever she told you couldn't have been half as spicy as the truth. Not one half.
As a matter of fact, she did say it was hardly Mr. Super Smooth. What was the word? Earthy.
Rita, how could you?
Yeah, was a bit near the bone there.
It went right to the heart. You could see.
Here's to May the 13th, then. I hope it's a perfect day.
Oh, bound to be.
Whatever the weather. It isn't a Friday, is it, the 13th?
No, it's a Wednesday.
Ah, yes. You don't mind me making a small charge for your accommodation, do you, dear?
No, no, of course not.
You see, I thought you would rather be a paying guest than just a lodger. Will it be a big wedding?
No, there'll be about half a dozen at the most, won't there, Freddie?
Yeah.
Really? A big wedding isn't a guarantee of happiness, is it, Mrs. Walker? My first was the top hat do. 85 guests, champagne, and he turned out to be the world's worst.
I had rather a big wedding, too.
Was your husband a dead leg?
Hardly, no. I chose superbly well.
Like I've done this time.
Me too, pussycat.
Well, now, if you'll excuse me, I do have a phone call to make.
Certainly, Mrs. Walker.
Help yourself to more tea and cakes.
You're very kind. Stingy old bat.
Now, Eunice, we've got to live together, haven't we? Won't be for long, but it'll seem shorter if we're on friendly terms, like.
Oh, I suppose so. How long do you think it'll be before we hear about the Crown and Kettle?
Oh, we'll hear about it before we get wed. Yeah, no danger.
Oh, I hope so.
Next thing for me to do is sort out who's going to be my best man.
Who've you got in mind?
Well, my best mate.
Who's that?
Alf Roberts.
Oh.
Alf? You all right, Alf?
Oh, no, I'm just looking to see what the shop looked like from the customer's point of view, you know. I'm just looking at it as how she'd see it.
If you don't mind me saying so, that's sexist.
What is?
Assuming that shopping is a woman's job, too trivial for men.
Listen, it's mainly women what come into this shop. Until that changes, till it's women that goes out to work and men what stop at home, I am catering for women.
It'll come.
No, it won't.
Oh, yes. It's already started down south. Be Birmingham next, then Chester.
It'll never get past Stockport. That's where women's live stops, always has done. This is frontier country, lass. Am I right, Fred?
What about?
He reckons that the first thing you're going to do when you and Eunice get married is give her a good hiding, put her in her place.
True.
My God, if Ken tried to give me a good hiding... And that is not an admission of anything, Alf Roberts.
No, it's just just wanted a word, Alf.
Oh, sorry, is this going to be men's talk? I mean, are you going to swear and all that? Because if you are, I'll take my sweet, obedient woman's self into the back.
What's up with her? Has she been injected with gramophone needles or something?
They all have, mate.
No, it's just that, well, me and Eunice, you know, we've fixed the date, like.
Oh, when?
May 13th.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And, well, I'll be needing a best man, you know, so I thought of you, Alf.
Me?
Yeah, well, you know, I thought that, well, I've got plenty of pals to pick. I mean, I can choose anybody, but I thought I'd pick somebody that'd be chuffed about it, you know, chuffed the little mint balls, in fact, so I thought I'd pick my old pal and sparring partner, Alfie Roberts. Alf?
Well, thank you for the invitation, Fred, and the honour, like, but I'll have to look at my diary, you see. I mean, I've got all my council work and that sort of thing, you know.
Yeah, well, first of all, be in touch, eh?
Oh, aye, definitely.
Yeah, be good.
Yeah. May the 13th, you said?
Yeah, May 13th. Day my boat comes in. More ways than one, eh?
My God, Alf, you might have shown a bit more enthusiasm.
Well, it came as a bit of a shock, didn't it? I mean, I never thought of Fred G as being my best pal. And it's going to be a right Tommy Kelly sort of a do it. It'll be all blooming beer and pork pies in that order. Mind you, if it was Ken that was asking, I'd jump at
You don't give up, do you?
You turn into the demon drink early tonight, aren't you, Hilda?
Ah, well, it's like this, you see. Stan hasn't come home for his tea yet, so I thought to myself, right, sunshine, two can play at that game. So I went through his best jacket, and I found a quid he didn't know he had, and here I am.
Good thinking.
Hiya.
Oh, here's another one. Elsie.
Hello, Kitty.
What are you having? Hilda's coming to money.
Oh, hey, it won't run to her sort of drinks.
Gin and tonic, please, love.
Right.
You, not working again today, then?
Yes, as a matter of fact, Hilda, I've just finished.
Oh, that's funny. I could have sworn I heard somebody moving about in your house dinner time.
Well, Hilda, last week you heard somebody moving about in my house. And we all know what a load of codswallop that was.
No, I could have sworn.
There you go.
Thank you, love.
There was other noises as well, like somebody breaking glass.
You don't mind me saying so, Hilda. You hear noises because you listen. Why don't you give your lugholes holiday for a change?
You can't fool me, Elsie Tanner. I know what's been going on in that house today and last night, and I think it's a disgrace in a respectable street. I'm going to ask to have my rates reduced with you turning it into a fairground. I thought you was past all that, long since.
So you did click last night?
You should know you've been broadcasting it around enough.
Touché, as Mrs. Walker would say. Although I'm damned if I know what that means. How did it go?
Let's say I got what I asked for.
Well, you were warned.
Yes, I was warned.
He lived up to his repulsiveness, did he?
Oh, much more.
But have you learned your lesson?
Shall we say I've given myself a good talking to?
Well, that's something.
Yeah, I think so, anyway.
You know what makes it more difficult for us? If there wasn't just the odd good un, the odd nice fella. I mean, if they were all like him last night, well, it'd be a case of San Ferrian and we could settle down to a good game of Newmarket. And to hell with, fellas.
Right.
How do you do?
Evening. Hello, Elsie. Are you feeling better?
Yeah, much thanks. Oh, that's
Who's going to have a drink on me? A fella paid a bill today that I thought had left the country.
Now he tells me when he's got me in here instead at Midland.
Elsie.
No, thanks. One's enough for me tonight. I had more than enough for myself last night. See ya.
Starcock, I'll join the Mothers' Union with you if you like.
You're on.
Oh, she's booked up, hasn't she?
She's a realist, Elsie.
Aren't we all?
You what?
Never said a word. I'll have a large vodka and tonic.
And I'll have a very, very large gin, if I'm included in the celebrations, right?
I'll tell you what it's like. You can have a single now and another one later, or a double now and go straight up.
He's a wizard with figures, you know.
As well as being humorous and handsome and cuddly.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Bill, are you there?
Oh. Oh, no.
And of course, there's more classic Corrie at the same time tomorrow. Up next on Plus, the soap hour continues with Emmerdale.
bit. How are you doing?
Fabulous. Give us a cuddle.
Hey, I've got a better idea. Why don't you get undressed?
Selsley, that is a very naughty thing to say to a married woman at 9:30 in the morning.
I know it is. Anyway, what are you so happy about?
It's bank holiday. I've got my husband home for the whole day. I thought we'd go to Southport. Take a picnic and find a nice little sheltered spot on Ainsdale South.
Oh, yes, and Nick can take his bucket and spade and I can get a tropical suntan on my goose pimples. Could go if we had a car.
If we had a car, if we had some money. We'll never get anywhere at this rate.
Of course we will. Hey, where's that sexy bird that was going to give me a cuddle 5 minutes since?
Oh, all right. I'll make us a little party.
I thought you were going on strike. Not going to do a thing all day.
Just for the three of us. Just a little dinner. You can go to the off-licence and get some wine.
Okay. Hey, can I have that chicken pie you made when we first got married? Remember? When you were showing off.
It was a vol au vent. And I was not showing off. I had time to do things like that in them days.
Can we have it?
Am I still sexy?
Oh, get them off.
They're right, aren't they? It is the way to a man's heart. And you're no different.
Of course, it's all easy care now. Oh, but when Jack and I were first married, we had the best quality linen. I remember my Auntie Molly gave us the most beautiful pair of sheets and matching pillowcases. Pure Irish linen. Do you know, they lasted for years.
Oh, a devil to iron, though.
Ah, but a delight to sleep in.
I've always preferred satin myself. Will she be doing their washing separate?
Eunice? I assume so, dear. I haven't given it any thought.
What about eating?
Oh, yes. Even though she's married, I'm sure she'll carry on eating.
Now, Mrs. Walker. Us barmaids are supposed to make the jokes round here. We'll have the union on to you.
Well, they come out for even more nonsensical reasons. What exactly was your question about Eunice?
Well, will she be doing her cooking at the same time as you or before you? Or after a what? I mean, there is only the one kitchen. And will you be having your meals together or in shifts like?
You're very interested in my domestic arrangements all of a sudden.
Well, I'm fascinated. I mean, they are coming home today. I wondered if you'd worked out your plan of campaign. Decided on your tactics, like.
Bet, dear, this is a perfectly simple short-term arrangement. Now, Fred has always lived here. Now he's married, Eunice is living here until they get an establishment of their own. So why are you trying to create problems?
No, you're right, Mrs. Walker. It is simple. The three of you living here together, one happy little family. I am a fool.
Where are you going?
Jogging.
Jokes at this hour of the morning?
Well, if you will ask questions.
Why shouldn't I ask questions? You always ask me. Every time I set foot through that door, you ask me where I'm going.
Yes, well, I never get a reply, do I?
All right, I don't know what we're going on about. I ask a civil question, suddenly we're involved in a full-scale parliamentary debate. All I meant was, did you know that Beatty's coming?
Of course I do.
Oh, well, I thought it had slipped your mind.
No.
But you're still going out?
Well, I want a breath of fresh air. If she comes, she'll wait. She's been so long making her mind up, she won't need any red carpet. And if she does, she'll get none.
Hardly what you call a warm welcome.
Oh, that's right.
Look, Uncle Albert, I know it's been a while, but she is coming to see you.
Oh, well, she does sometimes remember occasionally that she's got a father, when she needs me, and when she wants something.
Right. Pin your ears back, madam. I want you to pay close attention to what I'm about to utter. At 11 o'clock, in precisely half an hour's time, I am shutting that door and locking it. And Paul Newman could come banging on it. I'm not opening it.
Ooh, I would.
Hey, I'm having him. You can have his friend. Boss's privileges.
You just said you'd shut the door in his face.
Ah, well, he wouldn't be coming for Pig Breeders Weekly and a quarter of licorice all sorts, would he?
Go on, what would he be coming in for?
To sweep me off somewhere in his swanky sports car with a cocktail bar in the back for a mad, bad, glam bank holiday. 'Cause Len ain't going to.
Oh, how do we all spend so much time dreaming up wild fantasies?
Do you?
Of course I do.
Well, it could just have something to do with ordinary life being so flaming boring.
It's not right, though, is it?
Of course it's not right, so get on to Paul Newman immediately.
No, I mean, it's not right that most people spend most of the time wishing there were other people doing something else. I mean, if that's the way we're going to live all our lives, well, what's the point of being born?
You see, Emily, that's what I get all day. Heavy philosophy lectures. All she gets paid for is to weigh out, what,
Dolly mixtures.
Dolly mixture, you see. Why am I here? What is the purpose of it all, Tracy? Would you like a milk flake, Chuck?
Yes. Oh, well, that's very kind of you. But could you make it sweet? Because I don't want a little frock getting all messy.
No, because I happen to know, because we share a little confidence, that Tracy here is hooked on milk flakes, aren't you? And a little frock will wash, won't it, Chuck?
Are you going to be in later on, Emily? Only we're going to close early.
Well, actually, Tracy and I are just on our way to the park, aren't we, Pet?
I want to go to Heater Park.
Oh, no, I've told you that's too far today.
No, it isn't.
She loves the swings and roundabouts they've got there, and the animals, of course. Oh, another time. It's a long bus ride. Mummy wants you back for your dinner, you see. Just want a packet of tissues, please.
Oh, Deirdre, another one working, is she?
Oh, no, Alf's closed the shop for the day, but Albert's daughter's come round, and Deirdre's gone to help tidy up the house a bit.
Very noble of her.
What's she come for?
I don't know, to see our father, I expect.
Well, she doesn't come that often, does she? I mean, she's not what you call a dutiful daughter.
I've really no idea. Are you coming, love?
I'll put the kettle on in a minute.
Need any help?
No, you sit there and put your feet up. You don't get many days off. Anyway, you did the shopping.
You don't get any days off, come to that.
This is different. This isn't like a normal day's housework. Not with you there to chat to.
Do you get lonely, love?
Not so much during the day. There's not time. More at night.
Oh, I know.
Hey, now don't start feeling guilty. That's not a complaint. I know you've got to work. I know you're not out boozing or with other women.
Oh, I take it you would complain then.
No, I just smash your head in.
It won't always be like this, you know, love.
I know.
No, I mean it, kid. We won't always be struggling for money.
Don't say I married an ambitious man.
Well, I never used to be. As long as I had enough money to run my bike and buy a few pints, take a bird out now and again. But now with Nick and all this, I want more. Not for all of us. Yeah, I am ambitious. And don't laugh.
I'm not. Oh, don't say that's your mum and dad come to pay us a surprise visit.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Well, happy bank holiday morning
Hello,
too.
Gail. I thought you were me in-laws.
Listen, have you got any plans for today?
No, we're just spending a quiet day at home.
No, you're not. You're coming out with us for a picnic. You can strap Junior on the roof rack.
Hey, Gray. Gail was saying this morning she fancied to run out.
That's it then. Your coach awaits.
Oh, we can't.
Why can't we?
Well, I've started to get dinner ready. I've got a chicken in the oven and I've made some pastry.
Well, you've got to be a bit flexible. It'll wait till tomorrow, won't it?
Oh, well, Brian went to that little deli shop, especially, you know, the one that never closes.
I don't mind, love. So what? We'll have a day out today and chicken pie tomorrow. I'm not complaining.
You see, simple.
Yeah, come on, Gail, it'll be fun.
Yeah, why not? It's a smashing idea. Thanks for asking us.
All right, then, you two girls go and get the sarnies ready.
Oh, yeah. And what are you going to do?
Oh, we've got the important stuff. We've got to have a business meeting to decide where we're going.
Oh, come on, Beatty. Nice to see you.
Likewise. Why, you've put on a bit of weight since I last saw you, haven't you?
Yes, I dare say. Middle-aged spread, you know.
Oh, you want to watch yourself. Our Arthur let himself go like that. Before he knew it, you were 18 stone. Next thing, heart attack. We buried him a month later.
Yes, but I doubt I'll let it go that far. Cup of tea?
Well, I'll not say no. Oh, where's my dad?
He had to go out.
Oh, very nice. You did tell him I was coming, didn't you?
Yes, of course. He shouldn't be long.
Oh, it's not as if I come all that often. It's not that I don't want to. Heaven knows not a day goes by but I don't say to myself, I wish I could pop round and see me dad. But it's not as easy as all that on 2 buses. And I do have my own commitments, you know. He's welcome to come and see me whenever he wants.
Yes, but it's not particularly easy for him on 2 buses either. He's not getting any younger.
Oh, he's not getting badly, is he?
No, he's remarkably fit, considering.
Oh, well, I've not been very well, you know. Ooh, these veins. The doctor keeps trying different tablets, but none of them does any good. So, you're taking the plunge again, is that right?
Yes, that's right. You've just missed Deirdre, actually, but she'll be round later.
Divorced, they tell me, with a kid.
Yes, quite right. Your sources of information are impeccable, Beatty.
Eh?
How do you like your tea?
They should be here any minute.
You know, try as I might, I still can't picture him as a married man. Not old Fred.
Well, he was a married man for a number of years until his poor wife died in the warehouse fire.
Oh, yeah, I mean, but now, I mean, he's just Well, he's just Fred, isn't he?
Yeah, one on his flaming own.
Big slob Fred.
You'll just have to start rethinking your mental image of him.
I wonder if he'll look any different.
Just only 2 tenner, after all that exercise. Yeah, walking up and down them hills in Wales, Mrs. Walker.
I wouldn't have minded.
I can just see you skipping up an arm, oggy up the arm.
Well, Eunice, wish I was single. It's a cracker, that Eunice, you know.
I wouldn't mention that to your Hilda if I was you, Stanley. She's likely to do you a very nasty mischief.
Just passing comment. Nothing law against passing comment.
Hey up, here they come.
Hey, aren't you going to carry her over the threshold then?
No, he's not. I don't want him giving himself earlier.
How was it then?
Do you tell? Lovely, ever so friendly. Nothing was too much trouble, was it, Fred?
It was fantastic, the whole thing. Only in one day, mind you, that didn't matter to us, did it, darling?
I bet it didn't.
Listen, lovey, we're quite prepared for all your silly jokes. I said to Fred on the train, Freddie, you know that lot, they'll have to have their bit of fun.
Quite right. You've had your little bit of fun. Now we're entitled to our little bit of fun.
Well, I hope you had a splendid holiday and welcome back.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Walker.
Well, what about a proper welcome back, eh? What you going to have, love?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing for me. I just like a nice cup of tea. Oh, it's nice to go away, but it's great to be back home. Freddie, you take those things upstairs and I'll nip in the back, put the kettle on and make us both a nice spot of dinner.
Oh, you've come, have you?
Well, I said I was. I did think you might have been here.
I really never knew what time we were coming, did I? And had to go out. Got my own arrangements, you know. And besides, I couldn't sit here all morning waiting on the off chance.
Oh, you're looking very well.
I can't say the same for you. You're beginning to look your age.
Oh, yes, well, I've had a lot of trouble.
Ah, so have we all. Where's Ken upstairs?
No, he's gone round to fetch his lady friend.
His fiancée. They're getting wed.
She's a lot younger than him, isn't she?
Well, what's that got to do with him? They're well suited.
Oh, you have changed your tune. Last time I spoke to you, you didn't reckon much to her.
Well, that was a heck of a long time since, wasn't it? You haven't been here for the last 6 months.
Yes, well, as I've told you, I've had problems of my own. But I'm here now, Dad.
Yeah, so I see. What for?
What for? Oh, first you complain when I don't come to see you, then you complain when I do.
Well, you've usually got a reason.
Well, yes, I have. I wanted to see you. I was worried about you.
Why?
Well, you are my father. I do have a duty to look after your interests.
Look, I've been looking after my interests for the past 80 years. I do it for a little bit longer, can't I? Oh, where the blooming heck is he? I want my dinner. I'm hungry. You know, all the have me dinner at 1 o'clock.
Oh, this is lovely.
Glad I twisted your arm now.
You didn't have to twist very hard.
True.
Any more crisps?
Yeah, there's another packet. Don't be greedy, though. Somebody else might want one. Sue? No, thanks. I'm stuffed. It's amazing how much you can eat in the open air. What I will have is a choc ice a bit later on. Holly, crisps.
No, Tar. Let Brian have them.
Ham sandwich left if you want one.
Go on, then. Only go for the ducks. I'm thirsty, though.
Here.
Ah, you do look after me, don't you?
Well, fair dues. You drove us here.
Hear that, Sue? She looks after me.
Good. It's very hard done to as a rule.
I'm sure he is. Hey, is Nick okay, love? Seems very quiet.
Yeah, he's fine.
You know, we must do this more often.
Oh, I wish we could.
Why can't we?
Well, we can't keep taking advantage. Don't be silly, Gail. It's nicer for us as well when there's 4 of us.
See, you're doing her a favour. She gets dead bored when she's just with me.
Well, I wish she didn't have to go to work tonight.
Oh, you haven't, have you? You poor thing. And it's holiday.
Yeah, well, the petrol stations are still open for business as usual. Still, I'd have to get there about 7. Budget time.
Next time we'll set off early and go a bit further afield.
I'm quite happy here.
We'll go to the seaside. You can get your bikini on.
You'll have to rub oil in me back. Brian hates doing anything like that. I could burn to a frazzle for all he cares.
It'll be my pleasure.
I hope you don't mind my husband chatting up your wife.
Ah, not at all. But you'll have to change my son's nappies as well.
Sorry we're late. It's my fault. I was making this casserole and it just wasn't ready.
Deirdre's very kindly cooked lunch for us all.
Anyway, it's done now, so if you'd like to get the plates and
Right.
stuff, love.
Beatty, you haven't met Deirdre, have you?
Hello, very nice to meet you.
I've heard a lot about you.
Oh, all good, I hope.
What else? Right, come on, Calvert. Sit down, Beatty.
By gum, that smells good. What is it?
It's lamb.
Lamb?
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, she's not a bad little cook.
Well, congratulations, any road. It'll be nice for you having a husband again.
Yes. Yes, it will.
And it'll be nice for me dad having a woman in the house to look after him.
We won't be living here, Beatty.
Oh, won't you? Where will you be living?
Well, we're looking for somewhere. We haven't decided yet.
Oh, I see.
Now then, is that enough for you, Beatty, or would you like a bit more?
No, that's plenty, thank you.
How are they? Did they have a nice time?
Well, I reckon Fred did. I'm not so sure about Eunice.
Now, Mr. Baldwin, that is not a very nice thing to say.
Well, let's face it, how could anybody have a lovely time on honeymoon with Fred G? Or anything with Fred G?
I think you're both being a bit unfair. I think she really loves him.
Do you know, I knew Mavis was going to say that. She's a right little romantic, you know. Right pain in the neck.
Hey, don't knock the romance bit, Reese. Just because you haven't had a passionate affair, you know.
How do you know that? I haven't always been married to Len, you know.
That's right, you tell him, darling.
Look, Mavis, if you want to go out...
In a minute. I just want to say hello to the newlyweds.
They'll soon be through, dear. They're just having their lunch.
Aren't you having any lunch today, Mrs. Walker? It's getting late.
Thought about let them have a little privacy, dear, their first day back.
Well, I only hope they appreciate it, you considering their privacy. After all, it is your home.
Right, I'm off then.
Oh, anywhere nice?
Oh, don't ask me, it'll only make you sick.
Well, first of all, I'm going to pick up the delightful Sonia, then take her to a delightful little restaurant I know in the trough of Bowland. Then it's fillet steak, a touch of the Newey St. George, then back to my place for some soft light and sweet music.
Yeah, Maeve, I told you to make you sick.
Me, I'm whisking myself off to a delightful little bedsit in Crimea Street for a touch of the fish and chips, the light ale, then straight to bed with me Harold Robbins and me tranny.
See you, mate.
Do you reckon Deirdre'll miss all that? Or what? All the good times he used to give her.
I'm sure Deirdre realises there are more important things in life and more important qualities in men than good times. Aye. Aye. Mavis!
Well, lady, has that taught you or hasn't it?
Hello, love. Hey, how was Rill?
Wonderful, thank you.
She'll say you should have gone to London.
Well, one of these days, Yates, don't you, Fred? Give him a chance.
Little souvenir for you, Mrs. Walker.
For me? How very nice. You shouldn't have.
Just to show that we thought about you, Mrs. Walker.
And one for you.
Eunice thought of you, I didn't.
Now, Freddie, I thought we'd had a little talk about that. There's going to be no more nastiness between you two, Freddie promised.
Has he now? Good for Freddie. Thanks for this. Can I open it now, or is it rude?
Of course it's not rude.
Oh, shame.
Are you still serving ale now you're a married man?
Well, of course, strictly speaking, he is on holiday until tomorrow.
So I am.
But we wouldn't dream of sticking to the letter of the law, would we, love?
Oh, no. Mal, is it?
I mean, after all, if we're going to live and work together, there's got to be give and take on both sides, aren't I right, Mrs. Walker?
And we're doing it right. He'll soon let you know if you're not.
Who's for some exercise, then?
Did you have to bring him?
Oh, he's always like that. I'm surprised he sat still this long.
I'm not suggesting a marathon run, just a quick row around the lake.
Oh, no thanks. You know you'll not get me in one of them leaky little boats.
Give over, they're not leaky.
Nope, we're stopping right where we are on dry land, aren't we, Goodlebun?
You'll come with me, won't you, Gail?
Oh, I don't think so. Brian?
Oh, no thanks, love.
Come on, don't be a midget like them two. They're like a couple of flaming OAPs.
No thanks, I'll just stay.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, just in time, Mrs. Walker. I hope you like fish pie.
Well,
Only I just nipped down to the precinct. I asked Freddie if you liked fish, and he said he thought you did, but you never know men.
yes, but...
Oh, I've made enough for 3. Well, I thought I might as well while I was at it.
Yes, but I was going to make myself a little something later on.
Well, you don't need to now, do you? Freddie, have you washed your hands?
Oh, yes, love.
You two sit down and I'll go and get it. Freddie, take Mrs. Walker's coat.
Oh, right.
It's a smashing cooker you've got here, Mrs. Walker. Much better than the thing I've been using. Here we are. Be a bit hotter than we had in Rill, eh, Freddie? Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Right, well, I better just nip down to the corner shop if you're stopping. I think we're a bit low on bread.
I'll go. I can do to stretch my legs
Oh,
a
look,
bit.
I don't want nobody going to no bother on my account.
We won't.
Doesn't alter much, does he? Bless him.
He's a survivor, your dad.
Oh, is he, though?
Well, he's done pretty well so far.
Well, he's an old man, Kenneth. He's getting very frail. And if you two are going to disappear and leave him to his own
But we've no
devices-
intention of disappearing, Beatty. Both Deirdre and I are well aware of Uncle Albert's needs.
But how can you cater for them if you go living miles
Look,
away?
I've already told you, we don't yet know where we'll be living. We're still looking.
He's been good to you, Kenneth. He's given you a home.
Now, look, Beatty, if you really want to discuss this, don't you think you've got a part to play in this as well?
Me? It's not me that's abandoning him.
Oh, so you'd be prepared to have him live with you, then?
Eh? What?
I mean, he's your father, and you've got plenty of room in your house now that your Bill has got married, and, as you quite rightly point out, he's not as capable of looking after himself as he used to be.
Well, look, it's not as easy as all that.
No, it never was. But it's supposed to be easy for me and Deirdre, is it? Planning a new life, starting afresh, yet we're supposed to remember our obligation to other people.
Oh, look, don't start on me with your clever stuff, twisting me words like that. I never said any such thing.
Well, what are you saying, then? That you're concerned about your father, someone should be responsible for him, Deirdre, me, anybody, so long as it isn't you. Is that what you're saying?
Well, let's look ahead to programmes for Tuesday on Granada. At 7, we pay a visit to Amadale Farm. Then at 7:30...
Colin?
1 cup, found it in the car.
Oh, bothered. We were hardly waiting for it.
Brian gone then?
Yeah, it's a pity after such a lovely day. Still.
Still.
And it was a lovely day, Colin, thanks.
As long as you enjoyed it.
We both did. And Nicky.
I like the dress.
Oh, well, I just had a bath when I got home and got out of my jeans. Would you like a cup of tea? I was going to make
No, that's not what I'd like.
What?
Pretty about today, wasn't it?
What was?
But we went on our own. I know I felt that. I could tell you did too.
Of course I didn't. Don't be silly. Look, is this supposed to be got some kind of a joke? Because I don't think it's very funny.
I fancy you. That's not meant to be funny, love.
Don't say things like that.
Why not? We're on our own. No one can hear. If we fancy each other, what's wrong with saying so?
I don't.
Come on, I'm not wet behind the ears, darling. I can tell. Those little things you've been saying, the looks you keep giving me.
Looks?
What's this? Playing hard to get? Come on, girl, forget all that rubbish. Brian's not going to be back till after midnight. Come on, you know you feel the same way as I do.
Get out! Get out!
Don't miss Brian Tilsley on the warpath in Classic Corrie tomorrow. Up next today, the soap hour continues with Emmerdale.
Are you going?
Yeah, I've got this early job on, you know. What about you? You're a bit pushed as well, aren't you?
No, I'm going straight to the wholesalers.
Oh, I'll see you tonight, eh?
Aren't we going to talk?
When I get back, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you seen your face, Stanley? Oh, don't you start. Well enough with her. Haven't slept a wink all night. Digging me in the ribs every 5 minutes.
Stanley, I've got to admit to being confused. I mean, I know we're in Lumber, but I don't know how we got there. I mean, normally the route is clear, but not on this occasion. It's like one of them horrible French farces, left home and come here.
I don't know why we didn't say we're going to the club in the first place. Instead of this Legion business and tournament and Billy Liggett taking 20 minutes to sink the pink.
Oh, yeah, I wondered how long it'd take you to come down to blaming me.
That was a fine mess, didn't you?
You mean you did? Well, you'll only thing to do, you'll have to tell the truth and shame the devil.
I've tried all the flaming night, haven't I?
Well, you haven't been doing it properly then, have you?
If you do better, now's your chance.
Hello, Hilda.
Oh, are you still in your muck?
Oh, don't you start again.
Hilda, Stan and me have just been laughing about the trouble you can cause by slightly deviating from the truth, you know. Like the other night.
Is this the one about how you went to some grotty club?
And you've never been near the Legion? And you've never seen this Frida?
Yeah.
It's the truth. Believe him.
Oh, I do, Stanley. Because I was there, wasn't I? It was me doing the belly dancing. Didn't recognise me with my veil on, did you? By the heck. It beats me why you don't earn your fortunes writing books. Because if I ever met a pair of romancers, it's you two.
Hilda, I'm trying to tell you what happened.
Look, you. I don't know if you was an ex-secretary during the fact, but you was certainly one before and after. And I'll tell you what the fact is. Him and his Frida till 3 o'clock in the morning, that's the fact. Now, it's all right. I'm not blaming you for getting together and cooking up these tales. Proper fellow trick, that is. What insults me is you expect me to believe them. Aye, well, don't worry, because I've made me plans. Now, you can stop gawping, get up and get some clothes on and get off to your fancy woman. See if you can get some breakfast out of her, because you're not getting none out of me.
Flaming mates.
Second post, Mrs. Walker.
Oh, thank you, dear.
One of your Frau Freddy from the brewery.
Really?
Telling him where he's going and when, I shouldn't wonder.
You know, Betty, shan't be sorry to see them go. They're quite nice in their own way, and Fred is a good worker. But I shall never, ever get used to people sharing my home.
Well, you like your privacy, don't you? I suppose it gets worse as you get older.
I suppose it does. Well, we'll have to start seeing about a replacement for Fred. Suppose I'll have to start giving interviews.
That's somebody else you'll be sharing your house with.
No end to it, is there?
Could I ask for a well-made chap? Middle 40s, 6'2" and blonde.
A millionaire?
Why not? A rich novelist, just here for the experience.
I'll see what I can do, dear.
God bless you, Mrs. Walker.
What are you waiting for, Christmas?
Me dinner.
You're not getting no dinner, I told you this morning. Get off to your fancy woman. She has you till 3 o'clock in the morning, she can feed you.
Look, don't you think it's gone far enough?
By heck it has. If you think I'm slaving my fingers to the bone while you go out philanthropising, you've got another thing coming. It's finished, Stanley. Finished. In future, if you want something to eat, you can get it yourself, because I've done with you. I've washed my hands of you. I've run after you for the last time.
Look, I'm telling you.
Look, I've got me pride, you know. Don't think I haven't
Will
got
you
my
let
pride.
me finish? I was never near the Legion.
Oh, don't make it worse. The evidence is overwhelming. It's where you said you were going. It's where you said you'd been when you come back. And to cap it all, you changed your vest and pants before you went, and that's something you haven't done since last Preston Guild.
Well, you told me to, didn't you? About me underpants last week.
Oh, that's right. Twist my words, proper little wriggler you are.
It's the truth.
There's only one person on this earth as knows what the truth is, and that's her as you weren't with.
I thought you'd like it first, before anything got crossed off, as it were.
Well, it gives me a better choice, doesn't it, dear?
Well, Deirdre didn't really want a list, but I persuaded her it was the right thing to do, as they are useful, aren't they?
They're essential, dear.
So will you pass it on to Beth when you've finished?
What's that, then?
It's Ken and Deirdre's wedding present list.
Oh, blimey. There's one a week.
Seems like it, doesn't it? Bye.
Household box of matches. Is there one of them on Mrs. Walker?
Not that I can see, dear.
Well, that's us finished.
I think I'll go and start the lunch.
Right, Mrs. Walker. So when are you getting married? Thought you said that.
Yeah. After a long study of the subject, I've decided that fellas are useless.
I'll second that.
Yeah. They're forever driving you to the mirror. When you get there, it's not but flaming agony.
Why do we do it, eh? We clout ourselves up, we buy clothes we can't flaming and afford, and why do we do it? Don't tell me, I'll tell you for fellas that don't give a monkeys.
Yeah, never again.
I mean, look at me. Just look at me. I get home, I take all this lot off, I put a scruffy pair of jeans on, and I'm happy. Why can't I be happy all the time?
Well, at least you've got your job to go. That's one reason I haven't even got a job to go.
I don't have to dress up like a flaming Christmas tree, do I? And that's what I look like half the time, a flaming Christmas... You agree with me and I'll clout you on.
Well, there must be another way.
There is. I'm not even going to crack the joke.
You know, I could never let myself go like Hilda.
Who could?
No. When they come to take me away to the knackers yard, they'll have to wait while I get my face on, but that's it. No more dolling myself up. No more of this come and get it stuff. I'll tell you what we'll do. One day we'll get into old slacks and a pair of flatties and we'll go hiking as far away from fellas as we can get.
You're on. I'll have you a bet. A quid says we get picked up. Hello, Freddie, love. Mrs. Walker's got a letter for you.
Has she?
I'd tell you what we're in it, but I can't get it open.
Well, you would, wouldn't you?
Fellas.
Come in.
Oh, Bet says you've got a letter for me, Mrs. Walker.
I have indeed, and there it is, Fred. Good luck.
Thank you, Mrs. Walker.
Well, when's the happy day?
Oh, it were nothing definite, that.
Oh, keeping you dangling, are they? We're short of tonics, by the way, Fred.
I'll fetch some.
Hey, not making captain yet. You and your tiller, we're going to Legion.
Oh, give it a rest, will you, Stanley?
I can't. Have you heard the latest? She's gone to see that feeder woman.
Well, great, you're in the clear then, aren't you?
Who says?
Look, what can I Frida Judy tell her? Except that you weren't there. I mean, you've never clapped eyes on her, have you?
Oh, aye.
Oh, aye. You know, sometimes your conscience works overtime, even on things you haven't done.
Hello, love.
Have you seen her?
No, I haven't. Are you expecting him in or something?
Comes in every day except the day I want him.
Typical.
Oh, hello.
What are you doing here?
I was going to ask you the same question. I thought you did all your boozing in the Rovers.
Yeah, well, I'm working round here. Fancied a bit of a change.
Oh, you're going in then?
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if you could do us a favour. There's a lady inside that I'd like to have a word with, in private, like. Frida, her name is. She's one of the new barmaids just started.
Well, I don't know her, but there can't be all that many. You want her out here?
If she wouldn't mind.
Mrs. Langton?
That's right.
Is it about my mother's leg?
Pardon?
Are you new home help? Only my mother has this bad leg, you see, and when it's playing her up, she sends home help round to fetch me. It's not about my mother's leg, then?
No, it's not about your mother's leg.
Oh, thank the Lord, because she does suffer. What can I do for you, then?
Well, I believe you know my husband.
Oh, do I?
Very well, I understand. In fact, a couple of nights ago, I believe you knew him till 3 o'clock in the morning. Stanley Ogden, his name is. He's a well-set-up fellow with his hairbrush back and a little moustache. 2 nights ago, he was in here and didn't get home till 3 the next morning. And I've good reason to believe he was with you.
It could have been, yes.
How do you mean he could have been?
Well, can I be honest with you?
That's what I'm here for.
Well, oh, what a lovely colour that blouse is. Now, what was that? Oh, yes, the reason I said it could have been is because I don't live all that far away from club, where all sorts of things can happen to a woman on streets at night, as you must know. So I'm very grateful if someone offers to walk me home. And so far, someone's offered every night. 2 nights ago? Yes, I think you could call him well-made. Can't remember a moustache, though. He could have had.
And it takes him till 3 o'clock to walk you home, does it?
Of course, he doesn't have told you. He only live a few streets off. But when they've escorted you, at least you can do his task 'em in. And then, well...
One thing leads to another?
Sometimes, yes. But then we're all animals, aren't we?
Do you speak for yourself?
No, we are, love. I read it in a book. We're all animals. And you know what some animals can get up to? Mind you, I'm not saying your husband were one of them. Hey, I wish I could remember. 2 nights back. Well, that'd be Monday.
Are you telling me you can have a fella in the house half the night and you can't remember a blind thing about him?
Well, there's so many of them, love.
Never expected you to go round. I only told you about her as a matter of interest.
Well, I think she was glad to see me. Sandra, you know, the girl, was a load off her mind knowing somebody wanted the baby.
And what about Len? Does he want to take it on?
Oh, he won't talk about it. You know what men are.
Ernest was just the same when I wanted to take a foster child.
But he came round.
Oh, yes.
So will Len.
Well, I wish you luck, because they are a joy. Well, you remember the 2 little West Indian children we had, don't you?
Yeah, of course I do.
Oh, they were little treasures. Vernon and Lucy. They had no mother, you know, and their father had to go into hospital just before Christmas. We got everything ready for them, a tree, presents, and then on Christmas Eve, the father discharged himself from hospital and took them home. I suppose it was a happy ending.
Oh, stay here, Olive. Won't be a minute. Hey, hello, love. Come in. Nice to see you. Come on. Now, this is Mrs...
Oh, hello, Gladys.
Oh, of course, you two know each other, don't you?
Yes. How's Sandra?
Oh, she's getting on very well. I was wondering if I could have a private word.
Oh, it's all right, love. Emily knows all about it. Sit yourself down. I'll make you a cup of coffee.
No, I won't, thank you. I don't know how to say this to you after your kindness. We were up all night talking about it, me and Sandra's father, and, well, we couldn't let the little mite go out of the family. We couldn't.
I see.
I know how you must feel. We all get emotional when it comes to children, but, well, we thought, if the time comes when Sandra... Well, you never know. Anything could happen. And if it did, the baby'd be there with us, waiting for her.
I think that's a very sensible arrangement.
Mrs. Fairclough, you've no idea what a relief it is, you taking it like that. I've been in agonies working myself up to come here. Bless you.
I'll make you that coffee.
Children. The things they do to you.
Yes.
Bet said there's a letter from the brewery.
Yep.
What's the matter? Freddie, they've turned us down.
Yeah. Without as much as a why or a flipping wherefore.
But everything was going so well. I mean, Mr. Ridley said it was all more or less settled.
I know what he said, Chuck, and I know what it says in that letter. And the pair don't match.
What's happened? I don't understand.
Nor do I, yet. Until we do, the best thing to do is just keep quiet about it. If anybody says out to me, I'm just saying, well, there's nothing definite.
Oh, Fred.
Oh,
Fred.
come on, Chuck, don't fret.
Hello, love. Hello there, Mrs. O.
I've been to see her.
What did she say?
I asked her point blank. I said I had good reason to believe that you and her had been together till 3 o'clock in the morning. She didn't deny it, Stanley.
She what?
Look, I'm just about fed up with you putting your 2 penn'orth in. I don't care how big a mate of his you are. This is something between man and wife. And if you was a gentleman, you'd leave us alone to sort out his problems.
Yeah, right then, yeah. Yeah, I will.
Sit down, Stanley.
I can.
This is serious. Why do you do it?
Look, I've told her till I'm blue in the face.
You just don't know the half of it, do you? She's just using you, Stanley. When she's finished with you, she'll chuck you aside like a worn-out welly. You're a fool to yourself.
I'll say a note.
You'd not get that off her, you know. She thinks nowt about you. Nowt. Can't even remember what you look like. And it's only 2 nights ago since goodness knows what was happening. Hey, nowt did happen, though, did it, Stan? I mean, nowt important, like?
No,
Why do you lie to me, Stanley?
I don't know.
You don't have to, you know, Chuck. I'm quite capable of understanding. You're just weak, aren't you? When it comes to women like that, you're as weak as water.
Must be.
But you won't be weak again, will you, Stan? I mean, you'll fight against it.
Cross me out.
Of course, in a way, it's a compliment to me, you know.
Is it?
Well, of course it is. I mean, you're my fella, aren't you?
Yeah.
And she was after you, wasn't she, to take her home?
Yeah.
Well, there you go, then. She wanted my fella. Not any of the others, my fella. But she hasn't got him, has she, Chuck?
No.
No. Well, you just remember, Stan. To other women, you're only a plaything. But to me, you're an husband. Eat your dinner. You go if you like, Rita. I'll close up.
No, it's all right, love.
Must have been a terrible disappointment for you.
Perhaps it were a message. Rita Fairclough, stop acting daft.
I don't think you're acting daft. I mean, I knew I was against...
Riley, shut up. You'll have me in tears.
Now that I would like to see.
Hey, it can be arranged.
Oh, it's a woman's lot, love. We're always close to tears.
I thought I was supposed to be the misery round here.
Nowhere near. Give us me fags, will you?
The little ones?
Yes, the little ones.
Hey, don't you start. I were relying on you for a laugh.
Why? What's up?
No, just general depression.
Yeah, it must have spread over me and all. Half an hour in that job centre and you feel like throwing yourself in the flaming cut.
What's all this in? The three witches on the blasted heap?
Oh.
They don't help, do
No, they never do. Any jobs going at your place?
Nope. Anyway, I thought we weren't good enough for you.
I'm very sorry I asked.
You know, you women, you're like the weather. You change 4 times a day.
I thought you were in the doghouse, Sylvia.
Oh, he was. I put him in at times and then I take him out and dust him.
No matter what you think, ours is a very happy marriage, isn't it?
Don't push your luck.
As long as two people work together, you know, forget and forgive, like, right?
There's a lot to be said for it.
I've always held you two up as an example. Always.
Are you going to the chippy?
Oh, you'd never believe he'd just had his tea, would you? Yeah, don't worry, I'll go.
I'll have 2 fish.
All right.
I mean, did you know that's what they do after 6 months on the door? They cut your earnings-related benefit. I mean, how the hell they expect you to manage on less after 6 months than you did at the beginning? I'm blowed if I know. And I mean, 6 months, well, come on. I mean, it's now when you're looking for a job, is it?
Oh, give over, Bert. Stop your flipping beefing, will you? There's plenty of y'all on that flipping hill. They'll be on there till they nail the flipping coffins down. What are they supposed to do, Bert? Live off the taxpayer all their lives or what?
Hang on a minute, hang on. It's not their fault they're unemployed, you know.
Of course it is. It's down to such as you and the flipping unions that got this country the mess it's in today, innit?
Hey, steady on, Fred.
Oh, to get on me wick.
It's all right for you, innit? You've got nothing to worry about, have you?
Where's Eunice?
Oh, she's just gone for a lie down, Mrs. Walker. She had a bit of a headache.
Oh, I do sympathise. If she wants any painkillers.
Oh, I'll go through see.
By the way, I've been hesitating to ask you, but was it good news from the brewery?
Well, no, there were just 1 or 2 points needed cleaning up, Mrs. Walker. Nothing definite.
I see. Good evening, Mr. Tilsley.
Good evening.
Oh, dear.
Look, it's easy.
I still don't know what you want me for.
Look, you've heard of an identity parade, haven't you? Where you go along a line of fellas and pick one out.
Don't they have on pictures?
Exactly the same, only this time you don't recognise nobody because you don't know nobody. Oh, come in, it'll get clearer. What are you having?
Can I have a gin?
Have a gin, Fred.
Is that Eddie's latest? Bit flash, isn't she?
Evening all. Can I drag Stanley off to the dartboard there while you busy yourself elsewhere, Hilda?
What's going on?
Here, come here, Stan, I'll tell you.
Oh, hello. Is your husband in?
No, not at the moment, but I'm expecting him, though.
Been racking my brains about Monday night, but I can't remember any moustache. And they usually do, 'cause they tittle, don't they? No,
Can't be very easy, there being so many of them. You probably know them all in here, I expect. Like them two at the bar.
I don't, as a matter of fact, but I wouldn't mind.
What about him serving on?
Oh, I think I've seen him before. Oh, I can't be sure.
How about him over by the dartboard with Eddie, the fella that brought you in?
Oh, I would be hard up, wouldn't I? Hey, I don't know what you want me to say to your husband, but will it be long on you should be getting back to Legion?
No, come to think of it, I don't think there's much point in you stopping. You best get back to work.
Oh, right. Remember me to your hubby and tell him I think he's got a very understanding wife.
Oh, I will.
Who's the bird?
You haven't told him then?
No, I thought I'd leave that pleasure to you, Hilda.
That was your girlfriend Frida, what you confessed to this tea time.
What?
I might have known no self-respecting woman would look twice at a lump like you. You was after me sympathy, wasn't you? One flaming lie on top of another. Right, well, from now on, you've had it, Stanley. You can go and live with your pals for all I care. I'm going home.
What about me chips? I'm skint.
Imagine them, Stanley. You're good at it.
You flaming great Burke.
How are you, love?
Oh, it's better than it was, thanks. I can't stop thinking about the brewery, Freddie. What are we going to do?
Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? First thing in the morning. We'll get to the bottom of this, love. By heck, we will.
Lola.
Hello. I met Emily. She told me what had happened.
That'd please you.
No, it didn't. I've been thinking about this, and I know how you feel. You want a kid that you can look after, eh? She gave me these and all. On fostering. I don't see why we shouldn't make a go of it, you know? After what I've read.
Oh, Len?
Yeah, a French girl, about 17. There should be plenty of them.
You mean it, don't you?
Well, of course I do.
Oh, Len.
I love you, don't I?
You've not pinched a pair of new grey socks of mine, have you?
Nylon?
Yes.
I wouldn't, would I? I always wear wool. I like to let my feet breathe, you know. I reckon you ought to do the same and all. Particularly as you're going on your honeymoon, otherwise it might get cut short.
Well, thank you. And where are you going?
I'm going out for a walk. You know, this house is not big enough for the two of us. Not until you get organised. You wouldn't even pass the kit inspection, and that's a fact.
Hello, Uncle Albert. Oh, you look very smart.
I always do.
It's true, actually. It's amazing. My God, you look a mess.
But I can't find my socks, my only pair of grey.
Draped over right shoulder, suit and coat hanger, tie over left.
You might have told me.
I did.
Well, I don't remember.
Do you like my hair?
Yeah, fine, it's great.
Deirdre was at the hairdresser's.
How was she?
Well, I didn't know she was having her hair dyed green.
Green?
Joe, of course she was all right. What's the word? Serene, even. For someone that's only a couple of hours away from marrying you. On the other hand, it could have been a glazed look in her eye.
I'm serene.
Are you?
No. My right eyelid keeps twitching, which is a sure sign of galloping nerves.
Do you know what I think? I think Mum somewhere's wishing you every happiness.
Very probably. It's just the sort of thing she'd do.
Well, left your new hanky out.
Which I've not to use for wiping my nose on.
Definitely not.
Are you open?
Just about, mate.
Give us a quick scotch, will you?
Out of the dog.
You can say that again. Oof, I had my share last night, I tell you. We all did.
Wish that's all I needed to solve my problems, mate. Quick scotch.
No chance of another job?
Yeah, no chance. My last week here and all.
Good morning to you, Len.
Annie, love, I didn't know it was your wedding day and all.
Flatterer. Are we ready, Fred?
Yeah, I'll get my jacket. Do you want me to wear that chauffeur's hat, Mrs. Walker?
No, I don't think so. Oh, dear, I'll be glad when he's left and this whole sorry episode is over.
Mrs. Walker, you look just like you've stepped straight out of Vogue.
Well, don't overdo it, dear.
Right, I'm ready.
I think I'm in for rather a silent gent.
Will you throw some rice at Deirdre for me? But don't forget to take it out of the packet first. Poor Fred.
It's what getting wet does for you. Ruins your life.
Not getting wed doesn't do a lot for you either.
I say. And there he saw a lady bright, or something like that.
Thank you, sir.
Well, it's certainly a great improvement from jeans.
I'm going for the back one again if you like.
Ken Barlow live here? I've got a license for his execution. Hey, who's the bird?
Well, didn't he tell you about me? I'm his cast-off love.
Taxi's outside.
Already?
I can pay him off if you like.
No, I think I'll go along. Honourable to the last.
Good luck, Dad.
Thanks.
You look a picture.
There. Think that's better? It was all right before. It wasn't.
You really must be off. It's 1:15.
Are you sure you're all right? Don't I look all right? Well, you look pale. Would you rather look like a flipping blood orange? Would you like an aspirin or anything? Mother, go.
Come on, Tracy, love.
Give us a kiss, darling. See you later. See you all in church.
Yes, bye.
Are you sure you're all right?
Mom? We're off. Right, come on. I've never seen so many bonny young women.
You play your cards right, and we might just let you buy us a drink later. Eh, Emily?
Are you quite sure this hat is suitable?
It's terrific. Well, assistant,
Well, boss,
how do you feel?
very still at the moment. Like a pond.
You look $1 million.
Thanks.
You know, Ken's a very lucky fella. Not because you're just a very, well, like a attractive young woman, which you are, but because you put a bit of bubble into his life, like you have with me over the last few months. Just when I needed it.
Come here. You're not so bad as a substitute dad, you know.
Are you braced?
All right. Walter, lead me to the altar.
Oh, it's Ken's little surprise, love. He said if Charlie and Di can have a glass coach, why can't Deirdre have a white limousine?
Oh, into your pets.
Hey, Jays, I'll come with you if you like, for a fee. Only I'm the nearest thing you're going to get to a chimney sweep, aren't I? Might bring you luck.
Thanks for the offer, Eddie, but no thanks.
Just checking.
Hey, your hair's standing up at the back.
It's all right, I'll do it. There, it's all right now.
I grew you'd love a scent on this woman, yeah.
Why, don't you like it?
Well, it's better than sitting next to a horse.
She's late, isn't she?
Bride's prerogative, dear. Sets just the right tone for the future.
She could have been taken ill.
I doubt she'll take it that far.
I'm getting depressed.
You'd be more depressed if you was working.
Church is always too that to me.
Yeah. That's because you know he's giving you the once-over and not liking what he sees. I wonder what Deirdre's thinking now.
Whether to tell the taxi driver to run into Manchester Airport.
I know what I'd be thinking.
What?
Oh, another 10 minutes and I've got him.
Just a little closer. Won't eat you, you know. Hello, Deirdre, Kenneth. You haven't lost your voices or anything, have you? I mean, I had a bride last week. When she made her responses, it sounded like a bullfrog.
No.
Good. Shall I kick off then? Dearly beloved, we are gathered together here in the sight of God and in the face of this congregation to join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony, which is an honorable estate instituted by God, signifying the mystical union between Christ and his church, which holy estate Christ adorned and beautified by his presence and first miracle at Cana. It is commended in Holy Writ to be honorable among all men, and therefore is not to be enterprised nor taken in hand unadvisedly, lightly, or wantonly.
Right, I'm going to pick her up now.
All right. Oh, isn't that gorgeous?
It's all right.
Oh, do buck up, Fred. Today's one of them happy days in the human calendar.
For some.
Do you know, he's putting the dog on me, is that fella? And I was ready to be a little ray of sunshine to everybody today, even you two.
Why? Go on, tell us why.
Don't start, Eddie.
1 in 3 marriages in this country ends in divorce, and that's a fact.
Eddie?
I wouldn't mind trying it. If I could find the right bird with the necessary qualifications.
What is up with you today? Where's all that iron in your soul gone?
Dunno. This wedding made me feel very sentimental. And that's a feeling I don't get all that often.
Marriage is the refuge of blokes what have lost their bottle. That's what marriage is.
How come you're not an old married man then, Yates?
Not very funny.
It did me good.
With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
With my body, I thee honor.
With my body, I thee honor.
And all my worldly goods, with thee I share.
And all my worldly goods, with thee I share.
In the name of the Father.
In the name of the Father,
and
of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen.
Would you kneel, please? Let us pray. O eternal God, creator and preserver of all mankind, giver of all spiritual grace, the author of everlasting life, send thy blessing upon these thy servants, this man and this woman, whom we bless in thy name, that as Isaac and Rebekah lived faithfully together, so these persons may surely perform and keep the vow and covenant made between them, whereof this ring given and received is a token and pledge. And may they ever remain in perfect love and peace together, and live according to thy laws, through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Right hand. Those whom God has joined together, let no man put asunder. Forasmuch as Kenneth and Deirdre have consented together in holy wedlock, and have witnessed the same before God and this company, and thereto have given and pledged their troth either to the other, and have declared the same by the giving and receiving of a ring, and by the joining of hands, I pronounce them to be man and wife together. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen.
you're both glad that's over.
I enjoyed every minute of it.
Oh, I couldn't stop shaking.
Happiness to you both.
Thank you, Hilda.
May all your troubles be little ones.
Oh, very impressive. Though I just wish that the vicar wasn't quite so informal. Vicars should be old and venerable, don't you think?
Well, you can't have everything you want, Mrs. Walker.
I don't know. Some of us manage it.
I thought he could have been louder, you know. They're on the road, come on.
Well, now you've done it now, kid.
Take no notice of all the good luck in the future.
Thank you.
Oh, I thought it was you.
Oh, me. She's not fit to take anyone.
Well, Mum?
Hey, watch it, you, or else I'll be sending you to bed without any supper.
Say something to the happy couple in Clover.
Well, hey, what time's they do? I didn't have any breakfast.
Come here. Now that's for being you.
I mean, you'll cover my face with lipstick.
Hey, will you take one of me and my husband?
Certainly, Pet. Where is he?
Sam, come here.
What?
Rearrange your mug in a different way while he takes a photo of us.
I don't like me picture too.
Are you going to do any groups?
Yeah, when everybody's ready.
We're ready now.
Well, I thought I might try something a bit special. You know, I thought I might go for a double exposure.
I don't want anything vulgar.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes,
Nice
bye.
anyway.
Thanks.
Bye. Well, do you feel any different?
Only sort of very happy.
I'll soon put a stop to that.
She's time, folks.
Hey, listen, I've got one of them fancy garters on. I want a photo of it.
Oh, you have to blindfold your mum while I do. Right. Big smile.
You two are making a session of it today.
We're getting in training for Wednesday. Pubs are open all day, remember?
And I'm just crying in my scotch.
You know, I think I prefer you as a rat.
Here we are. Everything going smoothly?
Well, the caterers tell me it is. How did it go?
Very nice, dear, in a modest kind of way. Better go and check backstage.
Has Eunice run?
No.
Well, she said she would.
Oh, they're here. He's made an honest woman of her at last.
I know, and it does feel funny.
Congratulations, kid.
Can I buy a drink?
You certainly can. I'll have a gin and tonic, please.
What? Hey, can I kiss the bride?
Only if my husband gives his permission. Of course you can.
Come on. Hey, give us a pint before my throat suits up, will you?
Excuse me, everybody, but apparently they're ready. So could the happy couple come through first?
I bet. Where's my drink, love?
Here. You want to watch her with the booze?
Yeah, we're going to watch me. Come on, then. Right, what's everybody having?
Why is it always him that says that?
Actually, sherry is being served in the select.
You were. Now, come on, try and be a bit more refined. Go on. Off we go. Come on, let's have a sherry.
Don't forget to let me have the bill for this.
Oh, you'll get it. May I say something?
Yes?
I do hope that she'll be happy this time, Deirdre. I really do. And I'm sure that Billy would feel the same if he were here. He still asks about her, you know.
Thank you, Mrs. Walker.
Fred! Fred, you wanted?
I know just how she feels.
What's that, Hilda?
Well, me and him, we're social outcasts and all when it comes to the celebrities, like what's going on in there.
Well, I don't know why, Hilda. You've got all the social graces for me, cock.
I know very well we have.
Well, I guess you'd be directing operations in the Selector. I wouldn't have crossed the step. Now, what it is, Ronnie reckons he can find you a bit of work.
Oh, smashing. What sort of work?
Well, labouring mainly, but there might be a spot of driving.
Oh, I couldn't care less what it is, as long as it brings some brass in.
But he wants you to go and see him tomorrow.
Well, I'll go straight away if you like.
No, tomorrow will do. So I'll see you later.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello.
Ciao.
Good news, Fred?
Well, you might call it that, yeah?
Eunice isn't.
No. Got a job, haven't I?
Oh, that's great, Fred. Really great.
So she can definitely take a running jump. Definitely.
And I even offered to let her play with my pocket watch and chain if she'd marry me. But no, she said heart was set on Kenneth. So, like the good loser I am, I ask you now to raise your glasses and drink the health of the happy couple. Ken and Deirdre.
Ken and Deirdre. Stop guzzling that champagne. You'll not be fit to go and watch that wedding on Wednesday.
Well, I like it.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen,
on behalf of my wife and I...
Oh, hark at him. He'll be calling the old boot before the week's out.
As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted...
Sorry.
Now, I'd just like to say thank you most sincerely for all your best wishes so ably expressed by Alf here. And thank you also, well, just for being here. I think you'll all agree it's been a great day.
Oh, it has.
Well, it certainly has for Deirdre and me. It's been a new beginning sort of day after, well, one or two ups and downs for both of us.
You can tell he's done this.
Shh, Rita.
Now, I promised myself I wasn't going to tell any jokes, because I don't know any.
There's one about a honeymoon couple.
However, my daughter has offered me one. Newlyweds weather forecast. Very close tonight, maybe a little sun later.
Oh, very good, love.
Seriously, though, I do have two important duties to perform. Firstly, our thanks to Blanche for the reception. The food was first class and the champagne even better. Yes. Which, of course, is also a tribute to the organising ability of Mrs. Walker. And secondly, our thanks to the bridesmaids, Tracy and Susan. Both lovely and both very precious. And last but not least, our matron of honour, Emily. Thank you. A friend both in word and deed. Now, I'd like to give one final word of thanks before I finish, and that is to Uncle Albert for accommodating our billing and cooing, which might have been a little embarrassing at times with great patience.
It were.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you would join my missus and I, we would drink the health, wealth and happiness to the bridesmaids and the matron of honour.
Bridesmaids and the matron of honour.
Right.
Well, now you've had the rubbish, now comes top of the bill.
Hang on a minute, Len, hang on. On behalf of my husband and I, well, I'd just like to second everything he said. And if that's going against tradition, not to mention etiquette, well, it is 1981 and us girls have got tongues in our heads. So, well, just thank you very much, everybody, and I mean that. Carry on, Len. Good girl, Deirdre.
Up the women.
You will be having a quiet word with her, won't you? Well, now then, where was I? Yes, on behalf of the bridesmaids and Emily, I would like to thank the bride and groom for thanking them.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Now, what else have I got to say on this little bit of paper here? Yes, I've got to thank Blanche, which Ken has already done. But as I'm so fond of her, I'm going to do it again.
Oh, you know, they do say that the wife is always the last to know.
So, Blanche, I do think you're a little darling.
Period.
Yeah. Now then, some telegrams here. The first one is, Bon voyage, Dad and Deirdre, Peter.
Oh, good lad.
Oh, that'll be Ken's son's in the Navy.
I know who Peter is.
The second one, make sure he tips his wage packet up. Good luck, kid. Your balm cake customers at Baldwin's Fun Factory.
Do you think there'll be one there from the man himself?
I doubt it.
All the best, folks. Ray. And that's it. Oh, no, wait a minute, there's something else. I've forgotten what it is.
Well, thank you, Lenny.
I think it's the cutting of the cake.
Mrs. Walker?
Yes, dear.
There's been a phone call, Mr. Pritchard.
Ah, yes. Confirming that he'll be replacing Fred as from next Monday.
Saying that he's changed his mind and he won't be replacing anybody.
Now, I want Mavis to have the first piece because she made it.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hey, it's not like catching the bride's bouquet, you know. It doesn't mean you'll be standing there next in white.
Don't know, I might be.
You're drunk.
I am not.
Should we just forget about coffee and go straight home?
It's not a crime in coffee.
Stop coffee.
You look nice. Right.
Hey, don't enjoy yourself so much, you know. Have a good time. All the best.
And find out what happens tomorrow at the same time here on Plus. And the soaps continue after the break as we head up to the Dales.
should be up here instead of stood there gawping.
I've told you before, if they pay, I'll do them.
Phew.
You got them all smeary. That's because you don't wring your leather out.
I'll wring your flipping neck.
There's no profit cleaning your own windows.
There's pride, Stanley, if you know what that is.
That's right, Hilda. You tell him. You're not doing for Rita anymore these days, then?
No, not my class, really. Ooh, you should see the state of her bathroom after she's been cutting his toenails. No, I'm going to see about doing for a posh flat this afternoon. Better class of person, you know.
Better class of toenail and all.
Way! Now that could be asked, couldn't it? In the Mr. and Mrs. contest. Stanley!
Are you in for that, then?
Of course we're in for it. We're flipping favourites.
Favourites?
Yeah. Well, at least I'll know which husband I'm answering for, won't I? And you can't say that for some in this street.
Now what?
Here, toenails. Now, which hand do you use for cutting them? I know where you cut them, in bed. But which hand do you use?
Uses the garden shears, don't you, Stanley?
So far, I've got Foggies, you and Ivy. Now, Len and Rita have chickened out, so I brought them in to help me with the comparing. Do you think your Gail and Brian would be interested?
No, love, they're coming to watch, though, they said.
Hiya, Ken. Do you fancy your chances in this Mr. and Mrs. contest?
Oh, no, it's not my cup of tea. I'll have a half, please, Ben.
Kenneth, I've been meaning to ask you, how's little Tracy? Measles can be nasty.
Oh, I agree. Measles are nasty, but Tracy's had chicken pox.
Chicken pox, of course. Well, as long as she's fully recovered.
Yeah, you ought to be ashamed.
Give it a rest.
What, coming in here on a dinner? Coming in here on scrounge?
Bert's in here.
Bert's in here for one. One little half, that's all Bert's in for.
Bert's flaming wonderful, isn't he? Hi, Bert.
Hi, Jack.
Listen, Petal, I'll get my door money through tomorrow night, and I'll pay you back every penny.
Don't come peddling me. You'll be that flaming Legion tomorrow, keeping out my road, won't she, Floss?
I'll be at the job centre, won't I?
Job centre? You don't know where it is.
Well, I'll get St. Bert to show me.
You know, Jack thinks he's cracked it. He's moonlighting like mad. Taxi drive in here, waiting on of a night time there. And of course he knows all the fiddles, all the dodges, short-changing folk. He likes them K-lad, you know. He thinks they won't tumble, he's given them a pound short in change from a fiver. And of course he says now at the Kremlin.
The Kremlin?
Yeah, the social security place. Oh. You see, he's still fiddling, but he still claims he's full whack.
Yeah, well, he's one of nature's playboys, is Jack.
See you tonight, kid, this Mr. and Mrs. Touch. Right, we'll be here, kiddo, don't you fret.
Bet, the Ogdens, the Duckworths, it might become rather coarse.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be all right, Mrs. Walker.
Hey, are you off, cock? Bring your missus in tonight. Get the size of her bra right and you'll be playing a blinder.
A pretty girl is like a melody. La da da. Do you know, Stan? Although I say it as shouldn't, I look just right for this interview.
You're making a fuss, aren't you?
I could get a job as a secretary, never mind charring.
You ought to be on the windows.
Windows? I could be a personal secretary. What we call a Girl Friday.
No qualifications.
Well, for a Girl Friday, I've got the best qualifications you could possibly have. Married to Robinson Crusoe.
I'm getting sick of these ladders with my back. Do you know, last week I was in Chapel Yard, doing a top bedroom window, and suddenly I couldn't move. Stuck there like a soft mick. Something snapped, you know.
Yeah, somewhat elastic, I'll bet. And not on your side of the flipping window, neither.
A woman on the windows, and you get the picture in the paper, I'll tell you.
Do you know, if I had a hat pin, I'd stick it in you, I would, honest. I get up this morning, full of the joys of spring.
It's September.
For me, this morning, it was spring, according to what's called me body clock.
Your body clock?
Yeah. Me perm's took, me coat's come back like new from the cleaners. We're word perfect for this Mr. and Mrs. contest tonight.
Keeping me up half the night answering questions in that damn silly book.
Oh, the stars are with me today. I'll float through this interview as nice as ninepence.
What's his name, any road?
Burlington Bertie. Oh, I don't know his name, do I? Job centre just give me the address and said be there at 1 and he'll see you.
My old dad used to sing that. I'm Burlington Bertie, I rise at 10:30.
You do, I know.
Yeah, quarter cup thin, please.
My pleasure, love.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, Tracy, say hello to little Nicholas. Isn't he gorgeous? Look at him.
Yeah, well, not too close there, though, Tracy. Not when you're being poorly.
Oh, she's better.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. But it was only last week she was poorly.
Well, he'll not catch anything, love.
I don't want him to catch anything. Thought you'd have had the sense to realise that.
Well, would you believe it?
You come for what? Oh. Well, I suppose you'd better come up then. Come in. Make yourself at home. Sit down. I won't be a minute.
Oh, I hope I haven't called at an inconvenient time.
No, not at all. Look. Hilda. Well, what the hell are you doing here?
Come for the char lady's job.
Didn't you know it was me?
Just had the address.
Must be fate.
Said success in me tea leaves this morning. Never mind, I'll go back and tell them there's been a mistake. Tea leaves have been kidding me all my life.
Well, shall I sign that? Prove you've been here, like?
Oh, yeah, ta. Going for an interview at the dye works tomorrow. Canteen cleaner. Can't say as I fancy it much, though.
Hilda, while you're here, why don't you put the kettle on, eh? After a shock like this, we could do with a cup of tea, couldn't we? Have another look at the tea leaves.
Oh, ta, very kind of you.
Hilda, while you're here, do us a favour, will you? Do those pots and pans.
Huh? Do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't believe it, Alf. I just couldn't, honestly. I mean, you'd never have thought it was chicken pox. You'd have thought it were Black Death or something like that.
And you forgot your loaf.
I know. I mean, as if I'd have brought Tracy in here if the doctor hadn't told me it was all right to do.
Yeah, well, she's probably that stage, you know, Gail. You know, overprotective. You'd have been just the same if it'd been the other road round.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. See you anyway.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra, love. Hello.
Hello. I do. How do you do? Yes, can I have a packet of chewing gum, please? Looking for a Mr. Tilsley, number 5. Am I on the right track? Yeah, about 4 doors down. Ah, here he does a bit of decorating. I think he does, yeah. Yeah. Not in business, though. Oh. Do I know you? Oh, well, you might do. I'll get about a bit. Cheers. Ta-ra.
Take a bit of trouble, you see. You can look quite smart.
Oh, you're laying it on a bit, aren't you?
Well, I don't want your dandruffy, do I? Fine feathers make fine birds.
Oh!
Not often we get someone to swank about, Stan, but when we're dressed up, we can knock spots off, such as the Faircloughs and the Tillsleys.
You're knocking lumps off me. I don't know about spots.
Yeah, then get your own back. Give us
Right.
a doing. She'll have to buy a new penny tomorrow.
What's scrubbing for Baldwin?
Scrubbing? Look, I'm being took on as his personal cleaner because I'm honest and trustworthy. Them were his very words.
Ah, it's scrubbing for what? For washers.
Do I look daft? Oh, no. The finance is all cut and dried and very satisfactory.
How much?
All the signs tell me that this is our day, Stan. Things are what they call auspicious. So don't you go getting a skinful and playing the clown.
Hey, oughtn't we to be shifting?
No, we're time for a final rehearsal.
If we're late, we'll miss the contest. You know what Bet Lynch is like? She'll do us down.
She'll not do us down, 'cause the stars are with us.
If the stars were late, she'd bar 'em. Get your skates on.
Yeah, all right, come on.
Right.
Nobody home? They'll be in the Rovers. There's a big do on. If it's important, I could tell them.
You're gonna natter all night.
No, it's... I just heard he does a bit of decorating. Done work for you, has he?
I'll get him in.
No, we'd have a professional. He has done some for the Barlow Zone, number 1.
Oh, would Mr. Barlow be in?
He'll have his nose in a book. How she sticks it.
taking me from that book list from this year.
Rita, are you all right? Yes.
Are you ready?
What do you think? Have they all got the drinks? Have you all got them in? Yeah? Len!
Right. Give order! Shut up.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, you all know the name of the game. This is the show that does for marriage guidance what National Health Milk did for the Paddy Bra. Head cases, I mean contestants, must be wed. And not only wed, but wed to each other. First off, I'll put 3 questions to the doormat while Hubby's in the sweat box. Second off, we fetch Hubby out and ask him the same questions. Sometimes we do it the other road round. The answers tally, you've cracked it. Well, if they don't, we've got an ambulance outside. I shall be assisted by Miss Skegness, 1948. Who won the Knobbly Knees competition twice running, I kid you not. Keeping watch to see there's no earwigging is 3 times conquer champion of Bessie Street Zoo, your pal and mine, Len Summit or other.
That's great.
And now, your full attention, please, for the first contestants, Ivy and Bert Tilsley. Yes, we'll toss a coin to decide who goes into the box. Will you call, sir?
Heads, please.
If it's heads, he goes in. Heads it is. Get him in kennel.
That's it. I can't hear nothing.
Okay.
You're not supposed to, you great...
Is he in?
Aye.
Is that it? Right. Are you ready, my love?
As I'll ever be, yeah.
Right. You're in bed. You hear noises downstairs. It must be a burglar. How would your husband react?
Jump through window.
I jumped at the bed!
Ivy, would he A, go down to investigate, B, would he send you down, or C, knock on the wall for Emily?
No, he'd bark like a dog.
Come again, love.
He would. He'd make out that we got a guard dog upstairs. He used to do it on rent days. I'll tell you what, you won't see him doing out safely. Fair puts wind up, yeah.
Can you hear this, Fido?
Hey, do your dog thing.
OK. Where did he take you on your first date, Ivy? A, the flicks, B, dancing, or C, Lover's Lane?
Family planning.
On the red wreck with the ground sheets.
He took me to band practice. Well, he were learning to play cornet.
Oh, and what were you learning, Ivy? The flaming big drum?
No. I tell you what, he had a lovely red tunic and, well, every time he went for top note, it favoured his dimple, so I used to call him Dimple.
Ivy, final question. Has he been in the forces?
Yes, he has, yeah.
Aye, first foot and mouth. Hey, shut it.
When he wrote home, what did he put on his letters? A, seal with a loving kiss, or B, hope our love lasts and never dies?
No, he just put me address and a stamp.
Sensible.
Fair enough. Now then, if Miss Knobbly Knees will fetch that cornet player that barks like a dog.
Let's hear the words. Bring it out. Come on, the cage.
I need them.
Hey, come on, Dimples. Let's be having you.
Hello, who's been talking? What have you been saying?
Go on, Bert.
Yeah.
You're in bed.
Charming. Very nice.
You hear an intruder downstairs. What do you do?
About like a dog, don't I do. I go bow wow like that.
One correct. Now then, your first date.
Well, let me see. Band practice won it.
2 correct. Right, the next one. You're on the treasure trail. Right. Now we know you're in the forces.
We know all about the naffy girl at the cookhouse at Catford.
You're such a face, you.
But when you wrote home to Ivy, what did you put on envelopes? Swalt, was it? Holland, was it?
No, I didn't put... I used to put Burma.
Burma?
Yeah, be upstairs and ready, my angel.
Oh. Good do, is it? Well, it's a bit broad for me. I just popped in for a half, like.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a miss.
Oh,
Did you find Bert Tilsley?
I saw Mr. Barlow. He told me all as I needed. Well, evening. Ta-da.
I know you from somewhere.
And you kissed Vera on your very first date?
You're brazen, Uzi. Well, on the first date I kissed her. Second date I put my hand on her knee. And the third date...
That is quite far enough, Mr. Duckworth.
That's not what Vera said.
Now, can you remember the exact words when you proposed?
Well, she said something on these lines. Please marry me, Jack, darling, otherwise I'll do away with myself.
Hey, you should have given her a gun.
Now, how many girlfriends have you had since you were married? 1, 2, or 3?
About 3.
Yeah, 3 a week.
Hey, and everyone a raver.
Oh, right, let's have Vera in. Yeah. Vera,
come on. Come on, darling. Come on.
Let's be having your frown here.
I don't want to send the world on my...
Don't worry, you won't.
My
Yes,
girl.
right now then. Right. Now, we have just asked your Jack here.
Owing to opportunity not staying.
No, love, the name of this game is Mr. and Mrs. And we want to know what happened on your first date.
Oh, I don't know whether I dare tell you. Oh, no. Do you know, it was like a man gone doolally. I felt sorry for him. Do you know, I knocked him cork-legged. I only had to touch him, and he went, oh, trembling.
Trembling? She stood on me blue suede shoes, so I thumped her.
Do you know, I was a right flirt in them days. Lads used to compare me to film stars.
Boris Karloff and Trigger.
Now, your husband's told us about the proposal. Can we have your version?
Proposals? Oh, I had plenty of them, kid. You know, I once had 4 one fabulous night at Levensham Palace. I did.
He said proposals, not propositions, Vera.
Hey, listen, kid, I felt sorry for him. Do you know, I think if I'd have said no, he'd have shot himself.
I wish I had now.
Hey, it does flatten me.
Now, do you reckon he has girlfriends? If so, how many?
Girlfriends, him? I mean, who'd look twice at him? Well, he's somebody desperate, kid. Something like Beth. Now, me. No, do you know, me. If we had to count my boyfriends, love, me having this sex appeal, you know. No, it's true, though, fans, isn't it? I mean, do you know something? I only have to walk down our street then. Is that it then?
No, I'm sorry. Your hubby's had more girlfriends than my husband had pints.
Sit down, you soft you bluey.
Have we got a Mr. and Mrs. Birchinall in the house? Who? Birchinall.
Mr. and Mrs. Birchinall.
Mr. and Mrs. Birchinall.
No, we've got Mr. and Mrs. Tilsley Jr.
Hey, look at that.
Yes, Deirdre, it's this council thing's come up tomorrow. So if you can spare me a few hours... Yeah, OK, look, yeah. So, oh, hey, Deirdre, there was a fella came round to see Ken about Bert Tilsley doing a bit of decorating. Yeah. He didn't give his name, did he? Elliot. No, it's just, I thought I might know him from somewhere. Yeah. OK, love, see you, ta-ra. Elliot. Hello, love. Bottle of Mother's Ruin, is it?
Oh, not tonight, love. I've just crawled out of the rovers. I got home and I found there was no flaming tea.
Oh, bit of a rough do, is it, this Mr. and Mrs. Palaver?
Oh, there's very nobody's blushes, I can tell you that much. Still, Gail and Brian are doing all right, but then there's not much to beat, is there?
Oh, you reckon they've got it taped, then?
Oh, they're into everything over there, I can tell you. Comms, falsies, French knickers, stocking tops, a bit on the side. Oh, I was laughing till I suddenly thought, Elsie Tanner, this is your life. The state of matrimony, and what does it amount to in my case? The good time girl as was.
So you reckon Gail and Brian will win, do you?
Oh, well, it's still the Ogdens. Maybe the Ogdens have got it taped in their own tin pot way. Good night, Alf.
See you.
Right, Mrs. O, I'm going to be asking him in there what scent you use.
Tripe that's gone off.
No, I always use a French perfume what I get from Woolies on special offer.
Hey, Hilda, if a plumber knocks at your door and he says that I hear you've got a closet that won't work, would he say it's upstairs in?
Mrs. Duckworth, this is not a free-for-all.
Right, Hilda. If you wanted to find your hard-working breadwinner and he wasn't in the bookies and he wasn't in the nearest boozer, where would you look?
19 Inkerman Street.
No, first I'd look in the Chippy, and then in the Legion, and then out in the library.
Where's that, love? Anyway, I'm chucking the last one at you now, Petal. What item of apparel, and it says here, would your Stan say you took off last before getting into the conjugal bed?
Our bed's not conjugal. No, it's a three-sprung interior mattress that we got after the war at Henry's in Market Street.
Hey, and I still have to pay for the flaming thing.
All right, come on, Flower. What did you take off last, Hilda?
I take my slippers off, don't I? Well, I never sleep in my slippers.
Hey, Stanley, come on, it's your big chance now. Come on, go on, Stan.
Hey,
That's it.
then, I wonder what Charles and Lady Di would make of this lot.
Come on, now, there's only one all-correct round so far. So remember, Stan and Hilda, this could lead to a final eliminator between you and the young Tilsleys for the golden prize of sunshine and champers. Right, Stan. What perfume would you say this little treasure here most commonly uses?
Hey.
Oh, Stan! Oh, me, Now then, what scent do you most commonly associate with your missus? French, English, or something more exotic?
Fish and chips.
You? Second question. You're not at work, you're not in your favourite Newton and Ridley boozer. Where else would you be skiving?
19 Inkerman.
Here, give me them muffs. I don't want to listen.
Stan, what does Hilda get rid of last thing at night?
Lodger.
Her teeth.
It's only one all correct round. That makes Brian and Gail Tilsley the Look at that, champers!
Why can't we be like that?
I'd die of flaming boredom being like that.
I'll give you 19 Inkerman Street.
It's only a joke.
Mr. and Mrs. contest. Flaming fiasco all through you. You showed me up something rotten.
It's only a laugh.
Oh, wait till I get you in that house. You'll not be laughing then. Go on, get off
And we return to the street on Monday at the same time. And don't forget, if you've missed any of this week's drama, you can catch it all again on Sunday's Omnibus, starting at 5. After the break, we head north for Emmerdale.
Place is all shut up, isn't that right, Bernard?
Yeah, everything were all locked up.
Yeah, but we're late when you got there, weren't it?
Pretty late.
Well, I happen they've closed early. I happen they've all gone to a wedding or a funeral or something.
Oh, no. There were a notice pinned on door. You tell them what it said, Chuck.
It just said closed till further notice, then it gave a number to ring.
So, firm might have closed down. I mean, it's not new these days, is it?
It happens to be a firm that's buying stuff off us, Vera. A lot of stuff.
Hello. Oh, having a little prayer meeting, are we, eh, before we start work? Dedicating ourselves to a hard day's graft. Well, don't spend too long over it, otherwise you're defeating the object. Can I have a word with you, Ivy? All right, so it wasn't exactly a joke of the month, but it wasn't as bad as all that, was it?
Johnson's have gone bust, Mr. Baldwin.
You what?
Place were all shut down when our Bernard got there yesterday.
Shut?
Yes, Mr. Baldwin.
Well, you better come in here, Bernard.
I read somewhere once, you know, in olden days, they used to execute bearer of bad news, you know. They used to chop their heads off.
Well, he'd better not lay a finger on my Bernard.
Why didn't you phone me last night?
I did ring here, Mr. Baldwin, but there was no answer.
Well, then why didn't you phone me at home?
I never thought. And anyway, I was...
What?
I was late already. I had to meet my mates.
Oh, yes, of course you did. Pardon me. Right, then. What was the phone number on the door?
I don't know.
Well, couldn't you have written it down or made a mental note?
I never thought.
You never All right, Bernard, leave it to me.
Oh, well, there was a bloke there. A night watchman or something.
Oh? What did he have to say?
Nothing.
Ta-da, Bernard.
Hey, this fellow likes shaving cream.
Rubbish.
Yes, he does. I left some on my ear, he's eating it. How many cards have I got?
About 6, I think.
Oh, I get less every year.
Yeah, well, your girlfriends are giving up the ghost, haven't they? They finally realise you're an old married man.
Yeah, worse luck. Hey, this one's from you. Why have you posted it?
It's nicer posted, that's why. Not the same just shoved in your hand.
Ah, you crackers you are. Hey, love. It's a bit sentimental, isn't it? What's happened to your normal jokey ones?
Well, didn't think it was appropriate this time. I wanted to show her how I feel about you. How we both feel.
Hey, you, come here. It's my birthday, right? And I'm going to enjoy myself, so let's stuff all our troubles, eh? In fact, we'll have a party. We'll invite Mum and Dad round and order it.
Go easy. It's a bit short notice.
Ah, nothing fancy, you know, just a bit of booze, some fairy cakes and some boiled ham, all right?
I'll see what I can do.
Hey, 23, love. Do you realise in 17 years' time I'll be 40?
I can only think of you as young. I can't see you as an old man.
Old? I've got backache already. You know something? I reckon you'll make a lovely old lady.
Of course I will. Happy birthday, Brian.
And it's going to be a good one, I tell you. Oh, the ginger's card is a cracker. Blimey, it's filthy.
Have a look. Oh, Brian.
What are you doing with them glasses?
Oh, don't worry, Betty. I've just labelled them, that's all. Then there can be no mistake which tips belong to who and who's a which.
I see you've come in done up to the nines again. I wonder why.
Oh, it's not to influence folk to tip me, Betty. No, I don't need fine feathers, just my sunny personality.
Why are you looking like a flipping cockatoo, then?
Very good, that, Betty. You don't mind if I don't laugh now, do you? I'll save it till later, when you know, when I've trapped my finger in a door, when I really need something to buck me up.
Falling out, are we?
Hilda, I wish you'd stop creeping about like a nervous rat catcher.
Well, what's the row about? I thought you two was as close as your front teeth.
It is not a row, Hilda. Just a bit of healthy competition to see who gets the most tips in this place.
Well, I don't even qualify for tips, do I? I'll tell you what it is, shall I? Then what do the important jobs? Your bedroom boys like me. We're ignored, forgotten. Oh, no, it's your pump handles what get all the notice.
Pump handles?
Hey, and I'll tell you something else on all, Lynch. If there was more women coming this place than there is fellas, it'd be me that'd be raking in the tips, no danger. I'm going up the street.
No excuses, Fred. We'll see at the end of the day who's got the biggest fan club.
Bet.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Walker. It's a lovely day. One you could almost put in a frame.
I hope that this rivalry about tipping doesn't get out of hand. It could lead to unseemly behaviour.
As if, Mrs. Walker. It's just a bit of fun.
Hang about, Audrey. I'll help you up them.
I love it.
Fella, where do you want them?
Here.
There you go. Is there any more where they came from?
Oh, no, thank you, love. You know, there's only a box of lettuce.
Aye. You don't want me in there, do you? You're frightened I'll chase you around that counter with your butter pot, aren't you?
Me frightened of a fella? It'll be the first time if I am. I learned that fellas are full of promises and fantasies at a very early age.
Give over, Audrey. You've always been scared of me, you. Scared of my virility.
Oh, Fred. Oh, you've guessed me guilty secret.
You're not on your own, either.
Listen, Fred, I don't want to...
Fred, I want you.
I'll be there in a minute, love. Take no notice. She gets a bit jealous when I talk to other women, you know.
I know why.
See you.
Aye.
Any news for the big white chief, then? No. I shouldn't worry. Could you be able to flog them jeans somewhere else, even if that firm has closed down?
Of course he will. Hey, people aren't exactly exchanging the jewellery for jeans, you know. There does happen to be a glut on market. So there's more than normal at stockroom. It's not a very big stockroom, either.
Oh, you're right, weary Willie you are. Always looking on black side. Probably if you didn't, you wouldn't...
I wouldn't what?
Well, I mean, trouble does seem to follow you, Ivy. I mean, some people it does, you know, they're fated.
Oh, I'm a Jonah then, am I? I'm bringing trouble to this place now.
I never said that.
Ivy, have you got a minute?
You know, you want to keep your big flipping mouth shut. Don't you think she's got enough on her plate?
Well, it's true. You've seen folk like her. They find trouble on a merry-go-round.
It's true enough they've gone into liquidation. It appears that young Peter John has not only been burning the candle at both ends, he's been burning it in the middle as well. And he's been dipping in the till to finance his sports cars and his fancy birds.
Look, what I can't understand is you not knowing that Fern were Dickie. I mean, not hearing a whisper.
Oh, I knew about Peter's capers, didn't I? I mean, I've been on the razzle with him myself. It's just that I knew that his father was rock solid, all right? But apparently, he's been ill.
In other words, your ears are not as big as you thought they were.
His father happens to be the chairman of the local Conservative Party.
And I once knew a local preacher who was keeping 2 other women besides his wife.
All right. So we have made a mistake. And all we have to do now is to find another buyer.
Yes, but can we?
Of course. I've got a contact book longer than War and Peace. Friends in high places. And friends in low ones as well, which sometimes can be even better.
Good. That's all right, then.
Hello, Baldwin. Oh, yeah, put him on. Probably good news already. Oh, hello, Phil, mate. How am I? Yeah, couldn't be better. How's Simon and the kids? Another one? I don't know how you find time, busy bloke like you.
So what's happening then? Well, it's right. Johnson's have gone bust, but Mr. Baldwin says we can get rid of these.
Ha look, what did I say? Look on bright side, and that's all there'll ever be, a bright
Yeah.
side. Hey, listen, kid. I'm sorry for what I said before. You know, I mean, I know you've got a lot on your mind.
Well, I didn't feel all that bad, actually, today, Vera, because it's our Brian's birthday.
Oh, God, I completely forgot.
Do you want to hear it dropping in, Fred?
Don't worry, Lynch, I've got my good customers.
Tips from wives don't count, Freddie.
Get lost. Hey, that Lynch. Get up my nose, she is.
She's already got up mine.
Oh, hello, what are you doing here?
We're celebrating, aren't we? Hey, it's not a crime, is it?
No.
Hey, I'm glad I've seen you cough. I got your card, but dog head's in.
You haven't got a dog?
Next door.
Oh, she's a liar.
Anyway, I'm going to buy you a drink instead. What are you having?
Oh, I've just got them in.
Well, I'll get him in again then.
All right.
And that's just what I'm here for.
Are you all right, though?
Yeah, fine, thanks, man. Hey, thanks for the card. It was lovely.
Oh, it's all right, love. We've got your present and all, haven't we?
Well, listen, you can give me it tonight when you come to the party.
Party?
Did someone say a party?
Yes, I did, and you're invited too.
I should hope so. A party can be very dull without me.
Hey, hiya, kid. What are you having?
Gin and tonic, please, Vera.
Gin and tonic?
Right.
So that's a gin and tonic. And I'll tell you what, get one for yourself.
Thank you very much, Vera. You're a very, very generous person.
I'm only offering to buy a drink, love, not a poodle parlour. She makes me sick.
Anybody can make tips being smarmy like that.
Somehow I don't think you could, Fred.
Like I said, Mr. Mahmood, I'm doing you a big favour. I'm giving you first chance to buy some top quality merchandise. Well, when can I expect a call? In a day or two? Well, I doubt very much if they'll be on the market that long. Yeah. And thank you, Mr. Mahmood.
Same again, all round.
Oh, hey, no, not for me. We'll be late if we don't get back.
Hey, not to mention K-Live.
You aren't deserting me and all.
Go on, I'll have another.
Yeah, same here, kid. I'll have one.
Hey, you, don't you go getting drunk on top of... Well, you just don't.
Oh, give over, Martha, and I'll see you keep sober, won't
And
I?
who's going to keep you sober? See you tonight, Dimples.
Certainly, my sweet.
Anyway, happy birthday, Cop.
All right, then.
Come on, love, that's it, salt
Hey,
mine.
Vera, don't forget your pies.
What's that, love?
Another gin and tonic.
Hey, hang
and
about,
two
hang
pints.
about. I'll serve this young lady, Miss Lynch.
Suit yourself, Freddie. Another gin and tonic and 2 pints.
Hey, hey. What's up with you letting him take a customer off you?
Oh, it's no skin off my nose, Betty. She'll not tip him, no chance.
You do think you're clever, don't you? You know, I don't know how to talk to you sometimes.
You know, money causes more trouble, more aggro than a broken bottle up, you know.
She just doesn't like being proved she's wrong, that's all.
There you go. How's that for speedy and efficient service? Not to mention a wink and a promise.
How much is it, lovely?
165 to you, darling. Cheap at half the price.
Oh, Fred, look, I've only got £1.50 on me. Still, what's 15p between friends there? Tell you what, next time you come in the shop, I'll give you a tin of baked beans, all right?
Hey, Fred, you shouldn't be out without a nurse. Don't forget you're that till 15p, love.
All I'm saying, Manny, is if I get an offer, which is more than likely, I can't hold them for you, can I? They're very hot property. Yeah, okay, Manny, but if you take my advice, you'll snap them up as quick as you can. Yeah. Yeah, all right, okay. See you, Manny. Come in.
Oh, you still at it then?
Yeah, phone hasn't stopped ringing.
Oh, that means you can pick and choose then who you give Johnson's order to.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to get a bit of lunch.
I think you deserve it. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Baldwin, Bernard wants to know whether he's to unload his van or not. Seems to be upsetting him, having his little pride and joy out there with, you know, with nowhere to go.
Well, tell him to leave it loaded, because if he unloads it, he'll be loading it again before he could spit, wouldn't he?
Come in. It's a shop.
Called once or twice, but you seem to be closed more than you're open these days.
Oh, but you know, from my side of the counter, it seems just the opposite. As if I'm always open. Ooh. Right. What can I do for you?
Have you got any washing soap?
Oh, yes, I think so. The only thing is, where does Alf keep it? Well, it wouldn't be there, would it? Not next to the cake mix. Oh, hold on. Here we are.
Thank you.
Thank you, lovely. You know, I do admire you.
Oh, why?
Well, for marking Fred's card for him. I think it takes someone pretty special to tie a rope round sexy Fred's neck.
And who called him Sexy Fred, may I ask?
Oh, doesn't everybody? Oh, don't say I've gone and put my foot in it, me and my big mouth.
You can say that again.
Well, I wouldn't worry, lovey. I mean, you can't get into much trouble, can you? Not working down the same street as you. I mean, not even Fred's.
Eunice? Not a very satisfied customer.
Well, actually, I think it's me she doesn't think too much of, though I can't think why.
Now, what have I come in for? How can I have forgotten just walking those few yards? I'm sure it's very vital, too.
I tell you what, I'll shake all the shelves and see what drops off, eh?
It might be an idea. By the way, I'm very sorry about Brian and his trouble.
Oh, yeah, poor fella.
Well, it seems very strange to me that somebody who performs a public spirited deed like Brian did then gets punished by society for doing it.
Yeah.
Still, my husband died for doing much the same sort of thing.
Yeah, I believe so.
You know, I'd never believed I'd ever be hearing myself saying this, but I think I do believe now that anybody who commits a crime, especially a violent crime, forfeits his right to reasonable consideration and even much compassion. I've got friends who hardly dare go out at night anymore, and that's in a town where nobody used to bother locking the doors once upon a time. I've remembered what I came in for. Do you sell elastic?
Oh, not your...
No. Just a waist slip.
Thank heaven for that. Right, well, I think I can find you some somewhere.
You are still coming, aren't you?
Yeah, of course we are. But I'd got naught to do, you see, and I thought, I know, I'll pop round to our Gail, see if she needs Anne for tonight.
Oh, well, you can babysit if you like while I go to the shops.
Yeah, OK, love. Hey, look at that. Sparkling wine it is. I thought it might just cheer us up a bit.
Certainly cheer me up a bit. I hope it goes all right tonight. Brian's trying ever so hard to put a brave face on things.
Hey, you're not doing so bad yourself.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah. And you know, there's something about father-in-laws, if you feel like a good moan or a cry even. They're always very sympathetic.
Not tonight.
Hey, shall we open this and have a glass now?
As bad as me mum, you. I'll get her a couple of glasses.
You know what? You can be dead certain of one thing.
What's that?
Well, this family's had its share of bad luck to last us for the next 50 years.
You can say that again.
Hey up, Sparky's here.
Is Mr. Baldwin back yet, ma'am?
I've not seen him, love.
Oh, I wondered if I had to keep my van loaded up overnight as well.
Oh, here we go again. Well, what do you think, Ivy?
Oh, what a decision to have to ask anybody.
But I'm up to it. Yes.
There's a lot of stuff to leave in van another night.
Bernard, I've made my decision. I'll take the cab.
Right then.
You wouldn't be taking the mickey out of my lad, would you?
Oh, as if we would, Ida. Would we,
Because he's very conscientious.
Yes, we know. He's always been as thick as two short planks.
I was expecting Baldwin to come up with something this afternoon, you know, a buyer for that stuff.
Yeah, I will do, kid. Hey, be winding down a customer. They think they can't do all without a glass in one and a fork in other.
hang on a minute, because I want to propose a toast.
Oh, sit down.
A man on his feet should be allowed to speak. Oh, is that right? It does.
Listen, I just want to say happy birthday to the birthday boy, that's
Said
all.
that half a dozen times already.
I know, my sweet, and I'll probably say it another half a dozen times. Because I mean it, don't I? It's from the heart.
Here, here.
Message received, understood that.
Well, if anybody else can get a word in edgeways, I'd like to compliment Gail on this meal, especially as it was at the last minute.
Well, it was a
Yeah.
bit. Isn't she marvellous, my daughter? I mean, is there anything she cannot do? You'd think she'd been to a finishing school.
I think she's a credit to you, look.
Oh, give over. You're embarrassing me.
Well,
Well, what?
I thought you said you brought me a present, Mum.
Oh,
He's like a daft kid, isn't he?
Pass it to the bed.
Ta-da!
There you are.
Real.
It's excited having presents, eh?
What can we say?
It's
a
just like it when you was
It's
a
a
kid.
note case, love.
Hey, just what I wanted. There's a fiver in it.
Well, if
Mum.
we cannot give us only son a present, love, it's a bit of a bad do.
Great.
Here, here.
Oh, can't you say anything else?
I'll put my mind to that.
Hey, you've not done bad for presents,
I have,
have you?
haven't I? Got a lovely jacket from my lovely wife, a t-shirt from my lovely mother-in-law, and I got a wallet from my
A
mum.
note case.
I got a note case from my mother. I'd just like to say thanks, everybody.
Speech, speech.
Yeah, come on.
man.
More words
No,
than that.
Different.
Hey, no, I really mean it. You know, today's been really smashing, and well, it's a bit of a change in it. And anyways, I'm really grateful.
Hey, as long as we stick together, we'll be all right, okay?
Yeah, well, we'll do that, no danger.
Here, here. Oh,
Hey, where's that birthday cake, you?
Oh, yeah. And
Yeah.
I made it myself.
Oh,
Stand by
hey.
my legs.
Who wants to top up? They
I
are.
thought you'd never ask.
Hey, have we got through 2 bottles?
Well, they are, love. There's the evidence. There's none left for you. Hard lines.
Thank you.
Here comes the cake.
Oh, look at this.
Oh.
It's scrumptious.
I tell you what, that is good enough to eat.
Hey, cheeky. I made that myself. It was a labour of love.
I'll have that half.
You'll have what you're given.
Oh, dear. Fred, seeing as Mrs. Turpin isn't speaking to me, would you ask her where the float is for tonight? There doesn't appear to be one, and it is her job as chief bar person to see that we have one. Mind you, we could always use my tips as a float.
Where's the float, Betty?
Tell Miss Lynch that Mrs. Walker will be bringing it through.
Well, come on, Fred, relay the message.
Look, get naughty with you two. If you want to play silly beggars, get on with it, but count me out.
Oh, spoken like a man, Fred.
Good evening, sir. What's your pleasure?
Scotch, double.
Do you take it neat or with water?
Well, neat, like always.
Just making absolutely sure. You can serve him if you like. He's a certain tip.
Won't lower myself.
You spoke to me, Betty.
Ah, but I won't say anything nice to you.
I hope you find that satisfactory, sir.
Yeah, I hope I do. All right, have one yourself.
Would a gin and tonic be all right?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I'll have it later if you don't mind.
What's wrong with her tonight?
Oh, it's the battle of the tips, isn't it? And Bet seems to be firing the most bullets, as usual.
I wish tips were all I had to worry about. Cheers.
Fred, would you ask Mrs. Turpin why she's glaring at me?
Hey, do that once more. Just once.
All I was doing was putting my tips in my glass as we decided.
You were gloating, like you have been doing all day. Every time anybody's giving you a tip, you were gloating. I don't. You fawned and preened like a big soft dog.
You look marvellous when you're jealous, Betty.
You won't look so marvellous with a thick ear.
That is quite enough. Now, I want a word with both of you, please, and with you, Fred. I warned you, didn't I, Bet, that this business would get out of hand?
Well, all I was doing was my job, which apparently seems to upset some folk.
Well, I'm not involved, see, Mr. Walker.
That may be, Fred, but you do work here, and you were in agreement with everybody to put their own tips into those ridiculous glasses. Now, it was obvious to me from the start that this scheme could only end in unseemly competition. That some of you would be delighted, would revel in it, in fact, and that others would take the opposite of you, while for you, Fred, you simply hadn't got a dog's chance.
Well, thanks very much.
Well, it has got to stop. From now on, all tips will be shared. That is the only way.
Well, I'm happy the way things are.
Well, I'm not.
I mean it. And you must find somewhere else to have your ego trips, because you're not having them here.
Well, I proved my point anyway.
Don't we know it?
Elizabeth? I should think so.
Well, we're not going to start sharing till tomorrow.
I wouldn't touch your money with a barge pole.
Well, I would. I'm 2 knicker down already.
Oh, shut up. Staff. The perpetual problem. But then you know that for yourself, don't you, Mr. Baldwin?
Finding work for 'em's my problem, Mrs. Walker.
I thought you was doing all right. Have you hit a bad patch?
Bad patch. I might go out of business. Put another large scotch in there, will you, Mrs. Walker? Oh, and a drop of arsenic, if you got me.
And we return to the street tomorrow morning at the same time here on Plus. And if you missed any of this week's drama, you can catch it all again on Sunday's Omnibus, starting at 5. After the break, we head north for Emmerdale.